What's up?
And this ends up, like, after all of these plays happen, you basically are about 1K gold behind, but in particular, Renekton is still in a good spot, and also Tomo is in a really good spot.
I lose half my camera, bro.
I'm glad to get your input, though, because I was sitting back here and I was like, I feel like they could have gone for that dive.
Dude,
you know, it would have been like a cross
Okay,
play.
be honest. Tell me
And
what you
pointing out,
guys
like,
think
how lane swaps
about the
work.
music
I'm
in the
really glad
background
you
of
brought
the
that up,
stream.
because it comes down to, like,
I feel like it is so it's like it's at like
you might
the
not even
incorrect
see the
volume,
result of until,
but
like,
it's
several plays
distracting.
Yeah. And it's actually pretty incredible seeing the rapid development in a lot of teams when it comes to lane swap so frequently. Like 100 Thieves, I didn't feel like, you even saw in the quotes, that they were a good lane swap team coming into playoffs. And then even you guys, like just yesterday, I feel like really rapidly improved in lane swaps as well. So all of it's coming pretty quickly.
Yeah, like,
yeah, I think
what do you
it
guys
also comes a lot from scrims, obviously, where you practice this over and over. I think every team.
How many?
It's like,
What's the
it's
lane swap
annoying.
frequency in scrims? Is it like
it's annoying.
80% at this point because teams are trying to get practice?
I think it depends on the teams. I think teams like TL, for example, think that they're really confident, so they don't do it as
they're
much.
doing it less now.
Yeah, so I think the teams that have kind of like fallen behind a bit.
yeah, I know my
like
playlist.
us
I'm just saying.
Thieves, someone like FlyQuest maybe too. I think are trying it out a bit more. So it depends on the teams, but it's a lot of scrims, and I hope that Riot removes it. I don't know
They've been trying.
Yeah.
they have
We're
been.
going to see what happens with the end of this year. I don't see how they can make large-scale changes before Worlds. On to the topic of the series, though. Tomo's the player who has made the biggest difference for
Who do I wanna
100
pick?
Thieves since he joined. There is definitely some strength of schedule related things here because they did play
TL3-0.
Shopify and Immortals in their final 2 weeks, but these are also
TL3-0.
really, really, really big statistical improvements for the team.
But
Yeah, and I think the
100
big thing for
Thieves
me isn't
runs
just
through
that
the losers
Tomo is
bracket.
performing well individually, because I think he has brought more stability to their bot lane and also more carry potential.
Yeah.
However, for me, it's
It'll be not 3-0.
additionally
I
what
mean,
he can free
it's 3-0,
up
bro.
from
They almost
some
3-0'd,
pressure he creates
C9.
for their solo laners. Again, right? And slight meta shifts in their favor as well.
I'm not.
Yeah, and he's going to be going
Doc.
up against Yawn.
They almost
who
3-0'd
has
C9.
Actually had
And would
against all the
C9
teams
lose to
for the
TL?
whole
No,
year,
or would
very
lose
good
to
stats as well.
Oh,
He's
those look
been
great.
having
Yeah, those
his
look-
best split
yeah.
in his entire career.
Just his laning phase has been
Would
something that has been noted from
100
every player. In
Thieves
fact,
lose
Tomo
to-
himself said the strongest bot lane that he's ever
100
faced has been Yawn and
Would
Core
C9
JJ.
lose to 100 Thieves?
Yawn's
What the?
his confidence this year, that's something we've talked about pretty consistently, but not only his lane's been great, but also his team fighting, so it's going to be a big challenge for Tomo.
Yeah, I think in general his consistency has just gone up. I think before he had like moments of brilliance, but I think now him and Core JJ have found their groove and their consistency. And I think that's something I also value really highly in general for bot lanes. I think some bot lanes can have moments of brilliance and kind of pop off one game here and there, and then maybe have an int game here and there. But I think what's been so good for TL is just their consistency across the board, and especially for Yawn.
Absolutely. Moving on to the mid lane as well. This is a surprisingly hyped matchup if you were to take a snapshot about a year ago. So these are a little bit
I like
cherry-picked,
Quinn.
but it's just a reminder that
He's
about
a solo
year ago
queue
when
tryhard.
Quinn first joined 100 Thieves, people thought he was trash.
Yeah.
And then also APA, after he got completely
he's a solo queue
bodied in
tryhard.
some
I think it's pretty
playoffs
good.
by Palafox, people
The
thought
question
he was
is,
trash,
do we?
and they were able
Does
to completely
Team
shrug
Liquid
this
give
off,
us the
show a huge
pleasure
amount of
of
improvement,
watching
win an
APA
MVP, and
lock
then APA
in
getting first
Corki
team. Plus,
3 more
they have a
times?
nice bantering relationship.
Yeah, I think the big
He's
thing
literally
is that both
played
of these guys
6
know what it's
Corki
like
games
to
in a
have the
row
community,
in
like, shit
LCS.
on them
6.
As we see. Some swears had to be blurred out here, but APA and Quid just going back and forth. And that's been the big thing for me, is even people who are proponents of these players, either Quid coming over from
God, they're locked
Challengers
in.
or APA coming
Oh
up
my God.
from NACL,
That's
were
cool.
like,
I may need to change my
maybe
vote.
they're not ready, but they have work ethic, or like, but they have something. I feel like
Holy shit.
no one can now question like their mechanics and their dedication.
100 Thieves
And
getting
it
personal
just has to
massage.
feel good because a lot of the times, you know, we make the criticism about off-season changes based off like knee-jerk reactions on maybe looking at Reddit threads.
Bro
or
was
looking at
drooling,
community
man.
Sentiment. This is the times where it felt like it was.
Oh
resisting
shit,
against
G
some
Snipes as
sudden
well?
immediate, like,
It's a
aftermath.
different guy.
It's like, give a player some time. Wait a minute, give him give him a massage too.
Hold on, we only saw Coach Hands.
Yes.
Damn, Nate
Both
shot.
coaches are fully in massage
Oh
mode
my
at the moment.
God, those look good too.
Speaking of
Damn, Nate
coaches,
shot.
the coach cams from these two teams have been exquisite.
It's true.
Just
True.
the full gamut.
I remember that one. I remember the spawn, the fist in the table. That was good stuff. I remember.
Going through multiple different water bottles.
And him wrangling his water bottles, just absolute choke marks on those bottles. So just, if you appreciate water bottles, don't send them here his way.
Really awesome stuff. And also, in
Is
case
that what
you
I'm
missed it, you
missing?
can now subscribe to the
Sausage?
LCS Twitch channel. You will unlock emotes and other features like access to vote on an exclusive ProView VOD through Discord. So if you're a sub, make sure to get in on that and vote for the ProView VOD. And coaches are getting a lot of
I
right,
knew
Emily? You talked to both of them. before
Whippo
the series.
made that expression to Clip Farm.
Hello, right before
I knew
the
it.
Team Liquid 100 Thieves match, I am joined by Spawn and Golden Glue once again. The
I called it when it
old
happened.
NACL grudge match coming back, in addition to last Splits playoffs. So first, I'll start with you, Spawn. What is the most challenging thing about facing
How much do you think Spawn benches?
a Grayson team
Probably.
or a Golden Glue team?
Benji's
I
just
think
set. He
that
probably gets like
Ian Powers
335.
plays really well. I think it's actually something
315
he did
minimum.
all the way through NACL.
I don't know, though.
He uses their unique strengths very well. So when you look at this 100 Thieves lineup, obviously a lot of that's based around fighting and skirmishing. We have to be really prepared that, you know, even if they're behind, if they're ahead, they're probably going to play the game a very similar way, look to fight us.
Not
We need
405.
to be aware of it because in the past, even Split 1, it caught us by surprise.
More than
and,
205.
we ended up losing that game. So we got to make sure that, you know, that's something that we're ready for.
And then for you, Golden Glue, what's the most challenging thing about facing a Spawn team?
I always feel like Spawn's teams are always like, they just have very clean macro and just very good structure.
Probably
I always
sick.
feel like they're the standard to beat. They're always playing like the meta and mid game like well, and they're, I don't know, he just always feels like the standard to beat, and it's always fun to get a go up to him, get a go up against him both in NACL and LCS, and I think he's done a great job with the team this year, and I'm excited to hopefully get revenge off last year's playoffs or last Split's playoffs.
And speaking of, everyone has kind of identified Team Liquid as the team to beat in the LCS. I'll get to you
Wait.
in a minute. I hear you laughing in my ears.
Is
But
Team Liquid
going up
already
and
qualified
facing them,
for
you guys had a
Worlds?
really good
Or if Team
performance
Liquid
against
loses this series
Dignitas.
and then next
what do you think
series,
you've improved
they
on the
out.
most that's prepared you for Team Liquid today?
I think our overall like early game and being able to deal with swaps we've improved on a lot, and I think that was something that I was very worried about going against Team Liquid, and now that I feel more confident with our
nobody's
ability to do
qualified?
that, I
Who's
feel a lot
literally
more confident in our
decides who
ability to
qualifies?
face off against TL.
And then for you, I'm not
No,
going to ask you,
joystick, we're
are
not
you
doing
the
this.
team to beat? But in terms of staying at the top, you've been really, I guess, disciplined and kind of keeping your team consistent. How difficult is that when you are at the top of the standings?
Not difficult at all, to be honest. I think, you know, the way you stay number 1 is you train like you're number 2 or 3. In our case, sometimes we train like we're number 7, so it really helps us.
Damn.
In all
I've been
seriousness,
doing,
though,
like, fucking
I think that
burpees
the
and
difference
push-ups
between
and shit, you think?
the best LCS team in the league and the worst LCS
Drop
team
it, give
in the
me
league is only
50!
like 2 or 3%.
APA, you
So any
dumbass!
given day, if you don't show up, you can get beaten. Something that we just drill into each
I told
other,
you to
our
lock
teammates,
in
like, a lot, is
Corky!
that, you know, we gotta play
Give me
our game
3
and
laps
we gotta
around the
make sure
gaming
we
house!
and do the things that we do well, not try and become a different team. So that's what we've tried to do over the last 2 weeks. You know, been in hiding a little bit, scrimming a lot, and hopefully we come out and have some good things.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. And TL versus 100 Thieves will be on the other side of this.
Thank you for that, Emily. It's time for predictions. I will say,
Any
Del Trio.
outliers?
Team Liquid is undefeated,
TL3.
and it's a 1 seed versus the 5 seed. So I don't expect anybody to actually predict 100 Thieves. What's interesting is I thought I was going to be spicy with the one game, but it looks like you both agree.
Yeah, Discord's the one that decided that they weren't going to win a game.
Treats, if 100 Thieves wins, how do they do it?
I think a lot of it comes down to them having like a stable early game and kind of a scaling
not
comp.
winning.
I think Thomas looked good on champs like
You guys don't
Smolder
know
and
ball.
Kai'Sa and Zeri, these like late game scaling champs. And I think that TL usually plays very slow in their games.
Yeah.
I
let's
think
send
that's
me more
also why we
pictures.
like playing into TL as well. So I think if 100 beat them, it's because the game is slow and they just have a better teamfight draft, to be honest.
Oh, baby
We'll have
girl.
to see how this one plays out. That is it from us at the lounge. Let's send it into the games.
Dude, I've been gone from home for almost 10 days. I swear to God, Sailors grown up so much, by the way.
What season is it right now? Big season.
We're gonna 2-0 them very easily.
He kind of like stole my whole flow.
Apologies, I forgot. I'm co-streaming. I need mute. I love LCS. I heckin' love freaking LCS.
Summer 2024 LCS playoffs. Today, it's a David versus Goliath upper bracket battle as 100 Thieves sets its eyes on a bigger target after destroying Dignitas 3-0 last weekend. Meanwhile, TL continue their title defense as they march toward the undefeated season. Finals weekend and a spot at Worlds is on the line. Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves starts now. I'm Azael, joined today by Kobe and Emily for the cast. We're in for a treat here. Team Liquid coming to this big favorites, but 100 Thieves, I think, a lot more on people's radar after how strong they looked last week.
Yeah,
but
I
it looked
think
terrible.
the big things coming out of 100
Apparently.
Thieves were they looked better.
All
in
right,
certain
guys, place your bets. Does
and
APA go Corky?
Tomo just has been such a great addition to this lineup. Not only does he have carry potential coming out of the bot lane,
He's
but
played
in my
6
opinion,
Corky
he also
games in a
frees
row.
up
It's been
pressure
nerfed
from the solo
since
laners,
then.
and in particular, I think that's how 100 Thieves like to play.
Also, we got to see some really good individual player improvements from this split. Quid, I felt like, was just on fire in the last series that they played. He played the Azir, Smolder, and Zeri in those 3 games versus Dignitas. In this one, just the Azir is banned against him. I like Team Liquid taking out the Lilia. That
they
is the
banned Corky.
Primary jungler
They
on the
gave
path,
Ziggs.
and Umti even prefers playing the tanks anyways, or at least Team
They actually
Liquid
banned Corky.
as a
Thank
team
you,
prefer
100
him
Thieves.
to play engaged tanks in the jungle anyways, and Lilia is always a really big annoyance for those type of Umti champs.
And this is already super interesting to me because the Vi is picked up by TL.
God.
That is also a huge takeaway from 100 Thieves. When we saw them be super successful before, that Vi to Leah combo was actually crucial for River and Quinn, and they kept getting it a lot in spring. So that's a really interesting takeaway, and also different than a lot of other junglers we've seen MT play over the course of this particular split.
Are they coin flipping the correct Kasante matchup?
That's something that Streets was talking about these scaling champions for Tomo, how he feels that he really pilots them well. You know, that 100 Thieves, if they can have this strong early game and allow that to get Tomo to the late game, that he can really perform well in these 5v5s. This team really has had such a resurgence since Tomo came in as the substitute AD carry. They've been looking so much stronger across the board. And it's been interesting to even listen to some of the comments because you wouldn't think about a new player, a sub, or rookie, this guy coming in, being leading the way on some of these calls, but he really is, which is very impressive.
Yeah, it was really, really cool to hear.
I think Sinna's different now.
And obviously,
No,
this
Sinna's
Smolder
different.
can be for Tomo or Quid. We have seen Quid play it as well just last week. Over on TL side, the Ornn already locked in for TL, and additionally the Talia in tandem with the Vi. The most interesting thing here to me is that Senna has fallen so far through this round.
That's the first thing I was gonna say when the Ornn got locked in, because if the Senna would drop super far, then you could have some pretty good options here. But I definitely don't expect Senna to go through the next round of bans as well on this patch. Obviously with the AP ratio buffs, the Enchanter build super popular and super strong now, and 100 Thieves answering here with the Maokai for themselves for the front line to also get good engaged tanks, some structure for their team fights. And we're going to look at them focusing bottom lane here now from Team Liquid.
I'm not going to lie.
Some champions away from Core JJ, the TL team captain. On the Rel and the Rakan, he has been absolutely insane.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I hate Maokai so much. Also, I'm not going to lie, 3-minute ad. Oh, 3-minute ad. So that, I fixed it so you only going to get one set of ads during game. You're welcome. Thank me later. Actually, my ad button's on cooldown.
Crash a wave, Core's there to screw you over. If you just need to push out that last wave, he's always
actually my ads are on cooldown, so maybe just go.
Those engage picks, I think, would be key, as Core has been having one of his best seasons in recent memory.
Yeah, and we do see the Senna ban coming out of TL. They do not want to give that over to
Okay, so we got left. We have
also
AD.
saw them bring it out in their series.
We have bot lane.
The super interesting thing to me in this specific TL draft thus far is just the Vi and Talia is very different than how they've been playing for over the course of this split. But I'm very curious to see how they end up piloting it and what they want to pair with that, because to your point, Zale, I think Core has absolutely been a menace on the map when he's been unlocked and just roaming freely in these lane swap situations.
And Team Liquid definitely did show, you know, last split previously, really good Taliyah usage, especially even at MSI, APA. It's definitely one of the biggest champs in that meta, and so it is definitely within their wheelhouse. And Vi, of course, is one of those frontline engage, you know, tank type of junglers. So with the extra buffs on the patch, nice little HP and ultimate buff there for him. So we'll see about Team Liquid trying to play, I mean, replicate a little bit of what they saw some of the success from Energy in their use of that combo, really bringing that combo back with the guaranteed Vi plus Taliyah. But we're quickly getting a little bit behind here as the Rel was also then locked in 400 Thieves. Looks like both of them setting up for these team fights. Yeah, Rel locked in, another champion that you mentioned, Emily, and the Alistar's going to be banned away, so really limiting the engage support.
Ooh, I like Kai'Sa, fun!
But the Kai'Sa is going to get locked in.
And I'll be curious to see if this Poppy support is probably going to go with Leona. But the Poppy support was something that you had called
also
out.
Up, which is kind of the most common combo with Kai'Sa.
And this is also something
you like it? Why? Compared to other 80s, I think Kai'Sa's so fun.
The full dive engage comps here with Kai'Sa. If you can get Kai'Sa through the lane phase, this looks really, really, really good. Having multiple engage options there for Team Liquid, having
Vi or somebody Kai'Sa
on the Taliyah. So 400 Thieves. Now they're worried about what type of other carry can we have that is going to deal with full dive, guaranteed engage. You have point-and-click Nautilus, you have point-and-click Vi, and you have Ornn ultimate, which is like 3 screens away almost.
Oh, it's going to be Quid mid on the Dragon here.
Okay.
That's smart.
I mean, he got his
Trust me, I've played the Nautilus Smolder matchup 3 times today. It's terrible.
We'll see here this type of play, but we're also getting the Varus after those Varus changes.
Fucking terrible.
And they've kind of set up a little bit of poke and kite back against what TL want to bring, which, as you said, Kobe, is very like, we are going in, we are diving, and we are getting in there. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can be able to kite back after those initial engages.
And the Varus changes just further pushed Varus towards the on-hit Varus. So this is basically guaranteed in my eyes to be.
Oh, he doesn't have a front line. On-hit Varus might be the play.
But also Liquid he's facing a bunch of.
I still say TL3-0.
And the one thing
I will never root for Maokai.
So it is definitely going to be a primary target. I expect this game to be kind of difficult for Jan to play. It's going to be a lot on teammates to peel and to set up and create room for that back line. Of course, Quid as Smolder has a little bit more mobility, or a lot more mobility, so maybe an easier time for him.
Yeah, it could be, but at the same time, there's so much lockdown. If the Vile comes through, if you get hit by that seismic shove, Ornn ult over the top, Kai'Sa diving into the back line, everyone can attack that back line on the Team Liquid comp. This is really a bit of a different style than what we've seen from them so far this split. It is the first Kai'Sa game from Jan this split. We're going to see if Team Liquid are looking polished, are looking precise in this first game against 100 Thieves as they're making their playoffs debut here. And 100 Thieves going to the second round, trying to continue that success they had against Dignitas. Ooh, a little bit of spice maybe. Potential lane swap here as Jan is already up on the top side. They're getting some deep wards, trying to scout out what could be going on.
Yeah, whenever Team Liquid is playing, you know, some of the younger top laners, you always have that in the back of your mind.
Him again, Snipe.
Are they going to hunt for lane swaps regardless of the draft that they've gone for? In this one, Jan, of course, is hovering up here as Impact is the one showing, and both the top laners are staring at each other.
This is warded out. I think 100 Thieves are going to go for a deep
already in the all chat.
Some sort of a play onto Umti. Umti has no idea that they could actually be behind him here.
This is coaching. Remember, they had all teams had a week to prep for this.
They're maybe going to get nervous and back off. Oh, he goes back in. We don't know if 100 Thieves are still there.
Game 1 is a week worth of prep.
Should be able to walk it out. Yep. I feel like they went too early, no?
Just
I feel
coach
like
gap.
Wait until the Raptors spawned. Wait till he's hitting the Raptors so you can walk around behind because he was still in the brush. So I felt like 100 Thieves kind of preempted the play.
Yes, 100 Sniper is General Sniper.
But since the ward had got cleared out, I think maybe that was the thought process. They're like, we don't know for sure. And now we're actually zoning Quid away from the wave.
Yeah, this is getting weird as Ayla's going to go in. Not going to be too much more than just the trade, of course.
This lane swap shit is so goofy.
As soon as we started getting so many AD carries in mid, people were like, well, why don't they just double lane mid? They could play to both objectives.
And the main thing to keep track to of these
So top lane right now is Kaisa
when you do
against
swap is the
Renekton,
jungle
1v1.
camp. So
Bot lane is
since the bottom side of the map is the weak side there for TL.
Varus?
They're the ones swapping their AD carry
Alone?
up to the top side with Impact, by the way, not with Core JJ. So it's a little bit of a different take.
Umti is ignited, and Ayla is actually maybe going to be able to push him back off of some of this. The Raptors have reset the little ones. Umti really does want to be able to grab that experience, but Ayla just being pretty annoying. This is a very active early game here so far between these two teams. Both players, really trying to dissuade.
Okay, they're running around. It literally
and so
looks like a silver game.
Just trying to get Umti
so
past Krugs, but back to the Kaisa here. Meanwhile,
so
they've got
the
Core
support and top
JJ
are trying to
solo,
stop him from doing the
Nautilus
top jungle
bottom,
camp.
farming against the Varus, which is going to mean the numbers on the other side of the map here are going to be 3v2 at Sniper being level 1 under tower.
They're trying to dive him with him right there. No
they're
way.
Gonna potentially look for this dive. Sniper still level 1. Will they start it up? Impact is also only level 1. I think they're going to call it off, as they will just back it up. Ayla being there was enough to dissuade them, and now Sniper's level 2, so the window has
That's a lot of
passed. This
XP.
is so interesting. Having Core being the one as that support, soaking on the bottom side. Did either of you catch if he actually bought a support item, or is he playing D-Shield?
We haven't seen the inventory pop up in a long time.
So he is actually playing a support item, but he's still the one catching farm bots. So this is very atypical. We saw a bit of an adjustment yesterday in, in the Renekton game.
Nautilus has just been AFK bot lane? What is going on?
The AD, where Huhi was kind of just roaming around the jungle and leashing for his jungler.
Dude, this is
to
breaking
give
my
Nopla
brain.
a
This is
bit
not
more
League.
experience in that game. So this is another variation here, as Core's now level 3.
There's got to be a
shared
method
experience
to
with
the
Impact,
madness
so it seems to be
that
this
they
kind
know
new
of, but bro,
where teams are putting more
it hurts to like
emphasis on trying to
calculate
get that experience for the top
who's
laners
ahead.
in this
Like, okay, Kaisa's getting the solo XP against Renekton, who's getting solo XP. Does that equal the solo XP that Varus got from laning bot lane? And if so, does that Nautilus solo XP that Nautilus got from the duo shared mid, does that also equal when Ornn went top lane? Like, dude,
very much a lane focus, a one-on-one focus
Gold's
type
even.
of player.
Nice.
River tries to go in.
Okay, flash it out.
Forward there for River with the twisted advance, but it's just going to be to actually retreat. I thought Ayla was maybe going to come over the wall, and now a good bramble smash from River, disengaging the Q forward from Umti. Thought that would be more of an aggressive play instead of defensive, but River just uses it to proc the phase rush and run.
Yeah, and I feel like both teams in this weird adjusted swap that we've seen, again, have put a lot of their focus, interestingly enough, on the mid lane and that kind of mid-jungle combo.
One thing to note is because Core was down
All
here
right.
getting experience, he's level 4.
Everybody
Ayla
is now
only
bot
level
lane.
2, but Tomo
So,
obviously has an experience advantage on Yon. And it is Team Liquid.
What's the
slightly
mutual
behind, 300-400 gold so
agreement
far
where
off
everybody
this
heads
lane
back
swap.
bot lane?
They traditionally
Somebody
have
like
been the
educate
team
me
in
on
the
this
league to
shit.
get by
Like,
far
why
the
are
most
they now
gold
both
in
back
these
bot
lane
lane after all that?
So this is 100 Thieves handling the situation quite well.
Yeah, I think 100 Thieves with some nice benefits. You mentioned the over-leveled AD carry, as well as the little bit there from Sniper. Sniper actually went for a recall already to grab his double long swords, and refillable potion 2 here.
You guys think they made a deal?
Can get anything done in lane. This has been one of the fun stories to track with 100 Thieves, and with it being Sniper's rookie split. But bunch of solo kills and a bunch of success for him.
Yeah, and as we see here, this is the gold difference. Ooh.
Oh, fighting
Tomo
bot
might be in
side.
trouble.
Tomo in a lot of trouble. Tomo, it's burning down. Will he survive?
Let's get it.
No.
Uh-oh. Tomo's with their strong quad. That's a double
They're
kill.
gonna get a second one.
I like
That
Kaisa.
one's easy, and it's given over to Yon.
Uh-oh.
The 2v2 goes heavy in
Rio.
TL's favor.
Is it
TL
an
3-0.
over-leveled AD carry or an over-leveled support carry? Core JJ.
Bot is support div.
I was going to say, what you didn't know is that Core is actually the carry in this lane.
Look at the
Bring back
pings.
Meech back to
Ayla
Academy
Harris,
Tomo.
Nautilus.
Oh shit, that's some shit I would type.
Bring in Meech. Woo.
Wow.
Starting off
Oh
spicy.
shit, I would say that in solo queue.
EPA down T and 10 CS mid, just farming it out. Trash talking bot.
Maybe down CS, but he is up chatting words per minute.
And already we see TL rotating up. They should be able to get this grub take.
Let's see what happened.
2v2 again.
Oh my god, he...
That's a really nice hook.
Wait, what, he curved it?
And then he puts the Ignite on, so even with the barrier there from... They fully have it. They can fully chase with that much of an...
In trouble. They're going to actually dive back on live. He gets the root. He flashes back to the tower, but the hook is there from Core, and that's another easy kill there from TL. Sorry to cut you off, but
Wait,
Yeah,
he's mind gaming
Could be
him.
Potentially another kill.
There's
as
no
now
way
River's gonna go
that
in. This
these
is forcing
teams
the
don't
plans
full
for
mute
Tower
APA. There's no way.
They actually force them back
There's
off.
no
I always
way.
think River could have been in trouble, but a good move up to top side from TL's bot lane off.
They would
of that.
100%
Gets
mute him.
another kill on Sniper, and now Sniper's behind. Impact's the one that actually picked up that kill.
Yeah, and that's off of them getting those 2 kills in bot, rotating up for the grub take. This is when TL, I think, really start to shine in lane swaps, is like, not just with the initial swap, but in a swap situation where you're looking at lane assignments in relation to neutral objectives. They've been able to get a balloon this gold lead up to 1.4K just off of that kill and then this dive topside.
Yeah, really, really smart assignments from Team Liquid.
Core 6, bro.
To manufacture their
Isla, whatever, is level 4. That solo Nautilus XP
another
work?
double stacked cannon wave up on the tower. Here's what you saw in the picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
Good call out there, Azale, but
Best
another
auto.
Core JJ play. That was beautiful.
Yep, sets it up, and Sniper getting pressured here again. Oh, Hex Flash out of the brush. Doesn't quite get him, but they do get the plate, and they are continuing to put the pressure on this Renekton here. And they have managed to extend that gold lead even further. Impact now maybe in some trouble as there's 3 members down here around him. Can he walk it out? Just barely clipped by the ulti there. Going to try to turn things around. Vi is here as well.
Oh my
Ayla's
God.
down. Umpty now in the 1v2. He could be
They
in
get
trouble.
dove
Sniper as
easy,
well.
by the
It's a
way.
dive
Oh,
on
this game
both
is so
sides.
over.
And across the map. TL, though, landing the bigger punch here as they get the extra man.
Brother,
They're landing
fast
the bigger punch.
series.
Sniper as this Renekton is in such a rough situation, right? Where he's getting dove.
Bro, these
by the
lane
bot
swaps on
side.
Team Liquid are always so
Meanwhile,
annoying.
Impact, with the help of Umpty,
It really
is
like
one
teams against them.
for one
It really
on the bot
does.
side of the map.
Yeah, I like what you both did there. The bigger punch coming from Vi with the biggest,
Yeah, you like that?
the biggest
I
punch
didn't
of all.
notice
He was in the brush. Look at the mini-map right now. You see Umpty on the mini-map going through to the brush that they have the ward on. And then he kind of waits here for Impact to be able to set it up with his Ornn ultimate. Impact goes
best of
down
5.
100%, but they do get the trade kill, although it also costs his flash. So that was actually both Impact and Umpty's flash invested in order
Nice,
to
he
get
tanked
that
tower.
1-for-1.
Surprised G-Snipes held his
Sniper
dash so
does
long.
not
there's
get
no-
afforded the opportunity
wonder
to
if
go
his stun
1
was
for
done.
1. He has nobody up there with him. The 2v1 dive from the TL squad up on the top side of the map also pays off.
No, I'm
That was
rooting
just
for
really
G
nice
Snipes,
by
but
Core
dude, I'm
and
being
Yon.
realistic about my
Playing
prediction.
that very, very well.
I can't have
Core
favoritism in
has
my
been
prediction.
a bit of a menace.
Still
Got
3-0.
the experience lead. It actually ended up mattering. Normally, I think gold diff for support's a bit of a meme, but he's making it work. He's up nearly 1,000
Yeah, I was going to say,
gold.
he has almost a 1K gold lead.
And he's up a full level, so this is actually now 2 levels periodically, just for a little bit, but still.
I don't have a solution. I don't get paid enough for that, bro.
Had a massive lead in the
For lane swaps.
votes
I don't get
for
paid enough.
First team All-Pro support, as well as being one of the discussion
No, I think
topics
teams
for
could
MVP
go
of the
Alawi.
lead. You know, unfortunately for him,
Against
his teammates,
Renekton.
especially Impact.
Teams too
I just don't
good.
think they
are gonna
scrim
get
it.
a lot of those
And I don't think
as
Alawi
well,
provides
but
as
Core
much
JJ,
utility as some
every
other
player,
champs, like
in the league,
Ornn.
always talking about, like you were
How does
saying
Alawi
earlier,
do against lane swaps?
just such an
Probably not the best.
oppressive presence on the map as he roams around. And now we're going to see a 3v2 on top side where they have a lot of wards. We've been talking about this, duo for TL. They've got plenty of vision here, so they see River come to clear it out, even though as 100 Thieves rematch with their lane assignments and hover with jungle, it's not really going to relieve too much pressure.
How's
The big
Alawi
thing
play
for
against
me
Corky
here is
Zeri
how
late?
Impact
Exactly, you're
came
right.
out in this swap, right?
But-
look, he's about to push
Alawi can play
Sniper
against
out
Maokai,
of lane.
Renekton, and
potentially
Rel.
kill
Pretty low. If he stays around, he could be going down.
Oh,
One last
he
bellows
sniped.
breath. He
Oh, brother.
claps him over the head.
Oh,
But on the other
brother.
side, it's Umpty in trouble. Knocked back into the team, and he's surely going to be going down. But the rest of the fight might go the other way because Impact and Yon are here. APA arrives as well. Core sent packing, though, as he's going to push over the wall to get out to safety. So a big play from Impact on the bot
I was
side.
saying,
100
like,
Thieves fighting back and
Impact
looking
could've
to
went-
reap the rewards
Oh, no, 'cause
of that. They're on the
Alawi
grubs.
here because they first
Yeah, and look at Impact pushing
Renekton,
down
right?
this.
Oh, the hook. It's a swing and a miss, and now
Oh,
Core
they
maybe
would've-
stuck in.
they
Flash
would've
forward,
drafted
it's
all
the
range.
twisted advance to follow it up from Ayla. And they're
That's
gonna
my
look for
Core
this first
JJ.
kill. Yon can be caught nice. Killer Instinct over the wall. APA flashes
They're
in,
all
gets
dead,
the
right?
run. They're all getting AoE down.
APA.
Quit is low. Ayla's
Almost
low.
a
Trying to
and then
finish off
dies.
Yon, but Yon just dashes out, gets the safety using the flash, and barely survives. And now TL back to the grubs. They're going to be able to take him.
And we talked about how this Vi Talia combo isn't necessarily the way we've seen
Domo
TL
time,
play
baby.
this summer, right? But Talia is one of APA's strongest champions. He has such a good read on how to be able to play, when to come in,
the wall.
his angles on the rock. So even when Core hits this, he gets rooted
He didn't
up
die
here.
faster.
Goes down.
Good
APA
ult.
is able to clean up, and also Yon is untouched as
That.
well.
Someone thought he kills you. I wonder if he doesn't flash. And I know that that's about the best he can flash.
Because they
If he
were
holds
at the
his Q,
numbers disadvantage,
no.
but had the 2 extra people going for resets. Impact, you mentioned him farming the turret plate money and getting his reset off. And then with Umpty coming up as well, getting the extra kills there. With that
Kaiser
big
dropped
AoE,
60.
despite the numbers disadvantage, they still
Bro,
go for it.
dude,
I
100
mean,
is for
Team
sure full
Liquid,
defend you guys.
I just love the
You're-
new version
you're-
of Team Liquid.
You're
'Cause
talking
you
to
remember
air
a couple
lads.
years ago,
They for
the
sure
old,
defend.
slower version. Obviously, different players as well. This one, though, constantly pushing tempo, constantly forcing plays. It has been a breath of fresh air, except it has been very, very annoying for Sniper to deal with this game, as everyone keeps swapping over to him and
His
diving
lane swap
him
sides get
and numbers.
Sniper alone.
Yeah, we saw that quote from Sniper in the lounge as well, where he was like, "Yeah,
Oh,
I had
he's
to
down
get used to
2
lane
levels.
swaps. Not most top laners, I'd say, are generally not a fan of them." And he, again, because of this swap coming through, has had such a tough time in this game as a Renekton.
Let him
is
play,
dead.
pussies!
The combo coming in, nice flash out though. He's trying to turn around. APA tanking the tower critically though, so Umpty did not get tower aggro.
That means there's going to be a cross-map play here on the other side.
How much are they going to get? It's a cross-map play, but it's from TL instead. The TP coming across the map. The Hex Flash in the ulti. It's going to follow it up from them. No, he can't. He gets rooted up. Impact can't actually redirect the ulti across Como and Ayla. They're lacking the damage to finish him off. Flash forward, though, coming through. APA arrives. Another TP coming in on the other side. This one's from Quid. The seismic shove, not timed just right, but Impact is killing him in the back line. He's got a double already. He's got a triple. He wants more, but Sniper and Quid are here.
The world he pinned us here.
Off of the combo. Can it be an Orn Benton? No.
Oh my god, close actually.
Takes it away. They're going to get all 5 on the top side, though.
Okay, this game was a stop, by the way.
100 Thieves.
Oh my goodness, Team Liquid just don't stop. Impact teleports in the top lane, flashes forwards.
Sorry, it's
Double
top gap.
knockup from the alcove.
Jesus Christ.
That was beautiful. He draws them into the alcove, running away on Ornn, but turns around to get the double knockup set up for APA. Absolutely beautiful. So here was the beginning of it. And you actually see some really good return damage from 100 Thieves to take down Yon. But Impact says, no problem. Me and Core are the carries.
Yeah, and Impact is so tanky at this point that APA already has the read on to Quid when he comes in.
Jesus.
And again, this combination.
This could have really been an Ornn Pinta, by the way.
Into the APA flick back is so
I wanted the Ornn Penta so bad.
Same. APA cleaning up those 2 kills.
How could you?
If there was a way we could have given it to the Ornn, would have been great. APA's already typing.
He's typing.
Brother, this kid.
Yappa is the best emote that we have ever made, by the way.
It's true.
XD30 prep for dig now. Oh my god.
Brother, they have you muted,
Game
man.
1, man.
Come on, bro.
Game 1 Andy right now, honestly.
He might be the most
there's a reason
hated,
they have so much
low-key,
confidence.
out of
Yeah.
all the
Looking
players
pretty
in
good.
LCS.
Average 2,000 gold ahead. This
They
game
all
is
hate him
6K
the
already. Impact in
most.
the middle of 4, but he might like those odds because the rest of TL is coming in, and Impact is still alive for now. Turning around
Hey,
with the
Impact's
Bell's
fully.
breath. The ulti coming through from Core across multiple
Clear art?
members.
Oh, big knockup
1
coming
for
up.
0 for now, but Sniper's
Oh,
gonna
she only
fall.
got
The
one.
seismic shove catches another. The killer instinct. Jan's got it, and he's got another kill. 15-5, 7,000 gold lead, 15 minutes in. This one is a stomp.
Yeah, I was going to circle where we were at and the fact that they already had a 5K or so gold lead. They just added another at least 1,000 to that.
The rule where it's
And
mandatory to talk back in
we're
all chat
really
for
going
content?
To see TL begin to
No,
choke them
'cause-
out
'cause
on the map.
some people, like,
That is
can't
gonna get even
trash talk.
scarier
Yeah,
for 100 Thieves.
I think they've
Like,
already
have you guys
deprived them of
Yeah.
a lot of oxygen.
Ever seen
as
TF
far as the
Blade
pace
add
of this
somebody?
game. We're only 16 minutes
And
in.
so look you,
I love this
like,
supercharged TL. What do
he
you think
wants to shit talk him,
Spawn's
but he just
coaching,
doesn't know how or
opening
like
speech
what to
was
say.
for
Like
game
so, it's
number
just
one?
like,
He was like, you know
hey,
what? Everybody, Just go out there, game
Your
number one,
brain
turn it up to
doesn't
12
work.
as far as the speed goes, and just have some fun
So,
out
or
there.
something like,
Well, if
like
you remember,
basic.
he was the one on Twitter. Yeah, the 3K gold lead for, and also the 1.2 for core as well. He was the one who, when facing 100 Thieves in spring, was like, we need to get more aggressive, right? Because we know that 100 Thieves want to play fast. That was back when TL, I believe, was the slowest team in the world at that time. And it was that initial playoff series against 100 Thieves where they really, really showed their explosiveness. And now they're showing it again against 100 Thieves in something that's looking
let's
a
see
little bit
if our
similar
top
to when
team,
they
our
met
top
in
dog,
spring.
I'm always
like,
super biased
with a
for dive
7,000,
comps.
8,000
I
gold lead at
love
70
dive
minutes.
comps. They
Close to the
always,
game.
you know, create so much excitement.
Let's see
like this. They
if
create
we're
these types
legit
of
or not
snowballs.
as a region.
And when you're running a dive comp
We
like
can
Team
close
Liquid, you know,
a
with
game
Kaisi
quickly
here for
against a
Jan
bottom
to
seed.
be able to follow up, like you're saying, step number 2 after the early lead is completely take over vision through the jungle. That way, 100 Thieves have nowhere to actually keep up in farm, nowhere to keep up in resources. So TL doing a very good job, kind of step by step, taking away any territory for 100 Thieves to go for. Woo.
Okay, got.
Yeah, Ayla is going to get knocked
Fights
up.
breaking
He's
out.
going to go down
Quid.
first.
Yeah, Ayla's in trouble here. It's going to be a turn on to Sniper. Sniper bursts down. Mom comes across, but it does absolutely nothing. 2 kills for TL. And it's going to be a clean fight again for them. They'll take the advantage and they'll just back off. The gold lead now nearing 10,000. Multiple items getting completed here for TL on these bases as well. It's hard to see 100 Thieves hanging on too long in this one.
Yeah, and they even
I say 24
TPing
minutes.
up top
23.
side to get vision control here. They can't even go for Baron yet because it's so early on in the game. But back to your point, Kobe, when we looked at this draft, it was going to be like, okay, can the carries of 100 Thieves be able to kite back off of those initial engages? Once this comp got rolling, that just got so much more difficult, and you saw that in that bot dive where they were just so easily be able to take down that turret and clean up a few kills.
Yeah, kind of the like 4.5 minute to like 8 minute mark of the multiple swaps back for TL after the initial swap and after they are able to stabilize. Is where they're able to build their gold lead, and we
They have
saw
no way to
a
kill.
lot of the
FCC,
mastery from
but
Team Liquid come in their skirmishes.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I haven't seen Mal. Actually, I was just gonna say I haven't seen Maokai do anything this entire game. But honest to God, I haven't seen Vi either.
You know, specifically onto
It's just
Sniper,
top bot cap.
also highly benefiting them. But as you can see now, it is so much easier with a 9,000 gold lead to just keep the lights completely off 400 Thieves here. Litter the jungle with your wards, continue to collect all of your neutral objectives, and you're actually on such a
Oh my
quick
God!
pace
Look at the
that you
damage.
have to
Smolder
wait
is
a little bit. You
useless.
have to
Vi's
take
not
a deep
playing.
breath, and not
Nautilus is
dive
double
too
Vi's
deep to throw
damage.
anything back, because everything on the map should be yours for the taking.
River and Sniper are just getting completely starved out of this game, but we got to talk a bit more about TL. The first team All-Pro awards. 4 out of 5 of them were in first team. For a couple of them, this was their first time. For AP and Jan, first time actually getting awarded that first team All-Pro. Did get third team, which they took some exception to. They had some words about that, and now trying to prove himself a little bit more on these carries. I think it's hard to get first team All-Pro when you are playing more that supportive style. But bringing out the Vi in this first game, looking really, really good.
All right, we're kind of stalling, guys. It's
hadn't actually gotten
24 minutes.
in quite a few years.
Baron's
He's
up.
usually
Let's
there,
wrap this
usually in
up.
second,
It's the bottom
sometimes in
of your
third.
team. You don't go 35
this
minutes.
time, definitely in the running for that MVP, and unanimously did get that first team All-Pro in top lane, which I don't know if I've ever seen. Every single person who could vote for him did.
Yeah, not only is Impact really good individually, but he's also the one most credited with a lot of TL's macro and lane swap success. And I see him on the top of another list here. That would be the gold difference list. If you look at the scoreboard right now, that is an Ornn player.
Series,
with
I
the
predicted
giant
TL 3-0.
lead
I
in
think it's
this
going to be a
game.
wrap.
Of course, it's a little bit mean because
I actually do
Sniper
think
also
TL's
got
better
dove
than,
by other
way
people.
better than
It
every
wasn't a
single
1
LCS
versus
team.
1
Way
type of
better.
gold lead.
Never a fair fight.
But that's why so many people have so many kind words.
Like
for
even
him.
even
Yeah,
C9, I
it's
think
a
they're
lot,
so
like
much
you
better
said,
than.
about the swap backs in the lane swap and just general lane assignments, but then also knowing that they have to target this Renekton, right? Like they don't want this to be a pushing lane that 100 Thieves could play around early. As we see, is just taking this Drake for free. This map has become absolutely miserable for 100 Thieves.
They're
Yeah,
going to get
really
outscaled.
tough. Also, remember tomorrow, C9 versus FlyQuest should be an absolute banger. Those two teams, along with TL, rounding out the top 3, definitely the favorites.
1,000 gold, guys.
Let's
fuck the Baron.
Finals weekend.
He got some. APA got some of those. The gold was kind of hidden there. Didn't see exactly how many, but he got a piece of those Raptors. They really have to fight for every single little, even chicken nugget on Summoner's Rift.
It's a 3-level diff in the jungle right now. It's a 2-level diff in top lane. You know, River is completely starved out of this game. Core is honestly pretty close as far as experience and even total gold to the enemy jungler. It's a rough spot to be in as a Maokai.
Well, I do also kind of want to talk.
They have full wards and rels, so it's not.
I think everybody knows the direction this game is going. Some of the buffs here. Cosmic Drive is actually one of my favorite new buffed up items. They added a flat 100 health for free, no cost increase on this item. Plus, they increased the move speed that you get with the proc from it. I think it is just in general so efficient now, such a strong item. We saw it pop up a little bit in the LPL. I forget who was playing it, but it was a Mordekaiser top who actually rushed it. It has actually popped up in win rates on a lot of the stat websites.
We're now up 10.5 thousand gold.
Pay attention to Volibear, and it's actually a very high win rate rush item for anyone who values both HP as well as AP. And so, you know, some of the buffs to some of the more fringe AP items have been nice to track. I like to see APA actually getting in on that, especially TYLER, who does benefit from move speed.
None of these got shit on. It was a bloodbath. They got outlane swap. It was just over. Now we're just like stalling for content.
This is just expertly done, and honestly, there's not much of an opportunity for 100 Thieves to respond to it at all. Now the TP coming in towards mid. That one is from Quid, as Sniper's just going to base. Trying to get out here. This could be a fight. This could be a potential Hail Mary, but I mean, if 100 Thieves commit to a fight now,
are we not?
You have to think they just get decimated.
Yeah.
So they do have their second item completions. Maybe their thought is, we have 2 items, they don't have 3. This is our only chance. Yeah,
Sniper actually completed his recall, as you were saying, so he could finish his Steric's Gauge. And they're thinking maybe right exactly on the pinpoint of our 2 item spikes. Maybe TL will force it and we can actually turn around a play. But TL, they wisely hold onto their cooldowns. Look at APA's inventory. 2 rods. You know what that turns into? A death cap. And that is going to be insane to have a 3 item power spike to Leah with one of them being the fully completed death cap here really early on into this game. So Team Liquid, they know.
Gotta learn how to in fast. That's what I'm saying. I thought 23-24.
That they don't
but
have to
they haven't
force
even
anything.
tried to.
You know when they do because they have.
For instance, T1. I know they're doing the best right now. I think they just won. T1 would be flipping that Baron instantly. Wrap this shit up.
100 Thieves here that is too far, even in their own jungle.
In T1's mind, it's not a 50-50 because they're better.
Oh, Sniper's in trouble. They're behind him, and he's gonna get flicked back off of that for sure. Sniper looks like he's slated to go down, trying to get out. Does flash. The killer.
All right, that's what they're waiting for. Somebody to fuck up. Now we do Baron.
Another victim. 100 Thieves trying to push up mid, but TL could just go to the Baron if they want.
Yeah, you see the double basically globals to follow up there from APA and
the fight now. It's River that gets caught. The turnaround engage coming through from Ayla. They're going to try to turn this one around. They do get a kill onto Core JJ, but it's umpteen impact into the back line. Tomo's gone. Quid's on the run, and Jan is hunting down River. Everyone from the Thieves,
low-key, that was
River
close.
will fall. TL going to be turning their eyes on the Baron, you have to think.
Yeah, and I think this is exactly what we see from TL, why they're so scary, is they force you into making these decisions, right? Like 100 Thieves, they're trying to push down on this turret. Core goes in, and even though Ayla is able to get back, and the mom actually
That's how I keep rubbing his face because I am exhausted. So I have to keep rubbing my face
if
to
you're
like
going back and you're thinking,
awake.
all right, what
If
were
I'm being
the
honest.
comms like on 100 Thieves? They were most probably, from looking at their movement in that macro sequence, they were thinking, oh, TL, they're probably instantly on Baron after they got that pick on Sniper. So let's try and at least get something for ourselves and try and push on mid. You know, maybe we could sneak an objective bounty while TL go for the Baron. But TL, again, wisely, they know we are the gods of Summoner's Rift at the moment, so you don't get anything. We don't have to trade you anything. There's no trade deals being offered. We're not going to do Baron and let you even have a tiny crumb of anything.
Winner plays an LCS finals weekend and secures a spot at Worlds. I'll be there.
Then we'll go get the Baron when we feel like
at the finals weekend.
and we'll return to finish the job.
Yeah. TL just offering them defeat, nothing else so far. Impact had a nasty Ornn combo, by the way. Ulted, flash forward for a faster redirect, hit both the AD carries, then a double knockup, double He got so much damage done on the backline. Nasty fight from him as now TL looking to put the finishing touches on a beautiful game number 1. 15,000, you heard that right, is the gold lead, only 26 minutes in. They're marching on the Nexus towers. APA throws down the Weaver's wall.
There we go, we're ending, okay.
Side, and they're going to turn on him. Sniper going to dash over the wall, but Ayla is gone already. Sniper in trouble as well. Yon free firing onto him. Quid and Tomo trying to get the work done on the other side. Timback getting low. TL getting pushed back a little, but another does fall, and now it's Umpty going to the back line, gets deleted. It's a 3v3, it looks like. It's going to be a 3v4. Liquid having the extra man. But they are getting really low here, and Quid does have the 225 stack, so he has that true damage, execute, and burn. Impact, though, Warmoxing up on the side. I don't think they're going to be able to hold the line. Impact can just go forward again now, as he's back to full health. Tomo into the stasis, survives for now.
Hey, Impact actually performed
Tomo's
this game.
Gone as well. It's Quid versus the world.
Impact actually performed.
Team Liquid take game number 1.
Oh my God.
And what a game from Team Liquid. This again, when we talk about why every team is saying Team Liquid is the team to beat. This is the top LCS team. You see them come out, we're like, 100 Thieves look better against Dignitas. Maybe they can show us something. TL come out with a new creative look at this swap. In particular, their swap back was great. They get Impact so far ahead. And he and Core kind of took over this game.
And I would just say the individual plays of Core JJ early on this Nautilus did so much work, both on the bottom side of the map and on the top side skirmishes.
So annoying.
Impressive stuff from TL, but a reminder to all you LCS fans out there, next week we'll be live on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a bonus day on Friday, and then our regularly scheduled programming on Saturday and Sunday, so don't miss out.
Focus out, bro.
Head on over to the LCS Lounge to break that one down.
Losing funny? This shit comes sweet?
Thank you.
This shit's sweet?
I think Emily might like this one. Because
this shit's sweet, J Snipes? Oh, little bro grew up privileged. He's seen his brother go. Oh, you grew up privileged, G Snipes. That's crazy. You're smiling after getting your ass kicked like that. That's crazy.
Carry, and then their top laner doesn't dive, would be considered in a lot of cases to be not a good start to the swap. Because after this dive doesn't happen, Sniper has a small experience advantage over Impact, so Renekton against Ornn seems good for 100 Thieves. And then bottom lane,
so what happens?
Got level 4, and Core JJ got level 4. So you'd also think slight experience advantage for the AD carry would be good. But it's more about what you do after the fact. So one great bit of individual play that Core JJ did right here was just a godlike hook under the turret against Tomo.
I mean,
you do have to note, though, that he is level 5.
This hook,
so
you're about to see, hits minions.
Against a level 3 Rel, which means that all-in is still going to be favored for Team Liquid. Got to do a quick shout-out to this amazing hook, though, as he's managed to loll.
Bullshit! My hook does not hit this minion.
Tomo's the closest to the turret, so he also takes a turret shot. Just ridiculous. But the reason we're talking about this segment in general is more about how they play the map from this state. So if you remember, there's a slight experience advantage on the Renekton versus the Ornn, but boy is it slight. It's about half a level. Sniper wants to use this advantage, so immediately Team Liquid take their bot lane advantage and move it top lane. So they come straight out as Sniper tries to contest this wave, hoping to hit 6 first and then maybe fight Impact in a 1v1. The bot lane arrives, they kill Sniper, they get the solo kill. To add insult to injury, the decision tree doesn't stop here. Like, they could absolutely then just reset their bot lane back to bot lane, but instead they use the teleport from Impact to catch this wave, and they keep these guys top. After this, it is
Blue side is 11-0 in playoffs.
Basically them outplaying.
I don't think 100 Thieves wins Blue side though.
Continuing to use the advantages they've gained. They managed to kill Sniper under turret in a 2v1. And then on the bot side, when Impact is just ridiculously far ahead, he completes a Thornmail and also executes his own solo kill onto Sniper. But the biggest point of this, and Treats, you and I were talking about this before, is that the initial advantage was a small experience advantage for Core JJ, and then they just ping-ponged that around the map to grow to like a 4,000 gold lead.
Yeah, I think what's impressive is kind of the, like you said as well, it's not the initial lane swap. I think sometimes they don't do it perfectly, TL. like this game, I think Impact could TP bot and kind of soaked more XP for himself. They tried the top dive, didn't work. That's already kind of a small failure for them. But like you said, it's the decisions afterwards that matter. And I think TL, a lot of the times, if there's 50 decisions in a lane swap, they do 45 of them very, very well. Whereas 100 Thieves, maybe they do 20 or 30 pretty well.
True.
I think that's kind of what sets TL apart in the lane swaps. And I think that's going to be hard for 100 Thieves to overcome, right? It's hard to kind of get that experience throughout the series and kind of adapt better. And I think a lot of it is just adapting, and it's hard to learn that on the spot.
God.
And how
Putting his foot
frustrating
down.
must it be for a sniper who's in that position that gets that experience advantage that feels like, okay,
Sniper's
now's
chilling.
the time.
He didn't get to play the game.
He didn't. Like, Ornn was half HP, no mana. He's like, this is the time to go for it. Random swap, he dies, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because those are the type of swaps that you have to fear the most. I mean, historically, a lot of those times where swapping was in the meta in 2016 or 2018 or 2020, where it's like
He doesn't look as
if the
drippy
team just has tempo
as
bot lane and they just make a random swap happen,
last
you have
week.
no vision of it happening. And the bot lane's conditioned to be like, well, they're on a
He
base
didn't get a
turn, they're just gonna
haircut.
come back to
Bro,
lane, but they're in the
you should got a
opposite lane.
haircut.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of heads up that you can give.
And what's funny is after this happened to Sniper in game 1, in game 2, when he's about to hit level 6, he's going to hesitate.
Yeah.
He's going to wonder where the bot lane
Where's
is.
Can I kill him? And then you see the replay and you're like, damn, he was alone.
Yeah, I could have
I
killed
should have
him.
just done it.
Another highlight from this game, though, was we almost had an Ornn Penta, man.
That would be crazy.
It was
yeah.
so close.
What was
This
it?
would have been
Impact
the
was
funniest
so far ahead this game, and like he just looks like Thanos when he comes into this fight, right? He has a Thorn mail. I think he almost had a Jack shot at this point too. He's completely
Ornn is
unkillable.
here.
Flashes into Tomo.
I mean, Tomo's like, he can't even hit back because he has a Thorn mail. So, I mean, this fight was hilarious. I think, honestly, Yappa, you should have given this Penta.
Please.
I mean, I think
it would have been hard to kill Recton.
because it is a full health quit in Sniper, but like right here, stop hitting. Just let the Ornn do it.
At that point, there's no apology. If you're watching that replay, it's like, no, you intentionally took the kill, buddy. But like,
Yeah, man.
me when I'm apologizing to my teammate. But yes, it's actually hilarious.
Hit her
watching
3
this game
times,
through.
bro.
And I mean, we were talking about it behind the scenes. Like, after that early game, it just feels over instantly.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way it feels like that you can come back. You're always going to be there ready to receive a throw, but if it's against Team Liquid, it's not going to come.
It's going to be hard to bounce back from that. That was somewhat of the game 1 we expected with the undefeated Team Liquid against the number 5 seed.
Bro, just question
Before we
mark?
get
He
to
was
break,
yapping the
though,
whole
we do have
time.
a secret exam. It is
saw
time for an
the-
LCS secret exam. So
I saw this on the side
listen
and I
to
was
this.
worried.
Listen to this. So a new skin line is coming out called Day Jobs. It has skins for Azir and Thresh. We're debuting the Thresh Day Job skin.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a pixelated version of the Thresh skin splash art, and we're gonna have 60 seconds to guess the Day Job.
Oh, okay. We can do this.
Let's.
Do it.
I haven't seen this. Okay.
Construction worker. Bus driver.
We need more pixels. This is okay. We're gonna have a few more
chicken suit.
What are the
Chicken
people
suit.
that, like,
It's just like
Chicken soup.
construction or something.
He works
I
at
couldn't even tell Thresh at this
Like,
point.
Clucking
I would say
burger.
construction.
Yeah,
Fucking
construction
chicken.
worker probably. I'm
I
going
mean, maybe.
construction worker. I
Would
agree
Thresh
with you.
be? I mean, at this point, I'm just thinking thematically, what would Thresh be?
That's a chicken
I
suit.
guess, Raz?
Yes, I just.
like
That's
that.
a
saw it.
chicken
Literally,
suit.
yeah. 'Cause I
I'm
don't
waiting
This is
think
a
for
beak?
More than the first
It
20
goes right
seconds.
here.
It's ridiculous.
It's
at
a
the
chicken
moment.
suit.
I need to see more.
Yellow. Like, is he? Did he just turn into a bee?
We just changed the pixels. No, we didn't even make it less pixelated.
Wait, they're just moving them around?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
no,
all-
they're increasing
Reveal it.
the
It's
number.
It's getting
of
clearer
pixels.
and clearer.
Yeah.
I can't think of one. I literally can't.
Okay, every time it updates, I feel like it's supposed to be clearer, and then it's
Chicken
still not
worker.
clear at all.
Exactly, yeah.
Is he like a conservationist? Is he out in the ocean just clearing up garbage?
I mean, is he mining oil? I
Beekeeper,
feel like
yeah, that's a good one.
it's
I'm right. I'm so right.
industrial Thresh.
Guys, I'm losing hope in
I
all
said
of us.
construction worker first, Raz, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna say dock worker Thresh.
I'm gonna look
That's
at the
gonna be
Twitch
my
chat.
guess.
I'm cheating.
Okay,
Someone
our
said
time's up.
miner.
We're headed for a break. While we wait, think about what you think Thresh's day job
Wait, someone
skin
said
is.
a fisherman.
No, it's gonna be revealed after the break. So tune in then. We'll be back in 3
Oh,
minutes.
wait,
See you
this is his hand.
Chats.
Oh, this is his hand. Oh, this was his hand. Oh. Oh. All right, be right back. What was it? Oh, it's a window cleaner. Bro, I thought this... Nobody guessed this. Not one person. I thought this was its head. I didn't know it was like the whole splash like that. Nobody would have guessed that. I did. No, you didn't. Nobody guessed that. Is there any spoilers in the background? Draven with Kog'Maw. Is that Bunny? Is the fridge open? Why is it just making that loud noise?
Welcome back to the LCS. This is the unpixelated version, although it's actually just the max amount of pixels. It's a full pixel version.
Exactly.
This is Janitor Thresh, so if you guessed Janitor Thresh, you nailed it. I've been told Grab Magnet was the first one to get it in Twitch chat.
Good job.
So I don't know what you get. Congratulations. Let's take a look at both skins in game. So here's going to be the Thresh skin that we just saw the splash art for.
Is he getting people with his mop?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That's
And that's beautiful.
Oh, that's a sick ult, man.
Oh my god. Okay, that's fun. I'm getting one of these.
We're also going to see
really
the Azir skin. Oh my gosh. That's actually pretty sweet.
Doing his job out there.
What would I miss?
As a Thresh player, I have to get it.
Okay, here's Azir. Let's see.
Wait, what the hell?
What is his job?
What do they have?
Do we need to guess Azir's job based off of this? This is like a separate game.
Are those like
He's an attorney.
Oh yeah, that one was already revealed, I think, right? I've seen that one, I think.
Wait. So it's Janitor Thresh? What was sick about it?
To earn these skins at the LCS Finals by completing day job related challenges. We'll see about that. That'll be on September 6th and 7th at the YouTube Theater. Tickets are available at riot.com/LCS Championship. And the skins will be available on live servers on September 11th.
I'm not watching it.
So that's happening. We also have this Team Liquid vs 100 Thieves series, 1-0 for Team Liquid. Very dominant game.
The ult had wet floor signs?
If you're 100 Thieves,
yeah,
what do you do?
What's that conversation like behind the scenes?
That's a very good question. I think a lot of it comes down to the swap. I think a lot of it comes down to the confidence in the swap and also the champions in the swap. I think that if I'm Sniper, I probably realized that I couldn't do anything this game, so I don't want to play any more Renekton. Impact favors a lot of the tanks in the swap, which makes sense obviously because you have an easier job in the swap. You can defend and attack kind of.
So
I think a lot of it comes down to kind of adapting in the draft for 100 Thieves.
I told you guys last time that first game after a week break is a coach gap, right? Because you prep the players every single day on what you're going to practice of what, like 100 Thieves, of what TL is going to do. Practice. You had a week to prep that plan, and that they had a 10,000 gold deficit at 10 minutes. You know what I mean? That's coach gap. But you know what else is coach gap? Adapting to getting gapped as a coach.
You could tell Sniper, oh, they like to swap if they are up on their bot lane and they have a good swap champs for it, right? I think something like that is easy to kind of point out, but I do think a lot of it
might have a problem.
Draft. And obviously now 100 Thieves are on blue side. I think it's easier to kind of draft for themselves in a way where they can just have a more stable comp.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like after a loss like that, you
go next.
Take a drink.
Yeah.
Have maybe some fruit.
Good banana.
Honestly, try and avoid discussing it for a couple minutes, and then you say, so we're going blue side next game. And you just move on. Because the environment of game 2 is going to be so unique compared to the environment of game 1. And obviously they did pick blue side because after losing the game, the team that loses gets to pick sides, and blue side has been very dominant so far in this playoffs.
I love the Corky band, just for pure entertainment.
Be from 100 Thieves on blue side this time around because Senna, they've been a pretty good Senna team.
Yeah, they did play it against us, and I also think that the Vibe Prior might be really high in this series.
Yeah.
It's something that both junglers really love to play, and it's just a very strong champ in the meta in general. You can kind of play it with a lot of different champs. You don't have to play the Talia, which APA played. You can play, honestly, you can play an AD mid with an AP top as well. Vi is banned by TL as the last ban, which I think makes sense. River is a really good Vi player, so it will be interesting to see. I think for me, the bot matchup was kind of whatever.
Do not do it.
Lanes are very flexible.
Do not do it.
Is probably where he's offering the
Okay, now we're gonna go Ornn. Look at him. He's like, hell yeah.
I think
Smolder
should
I'll beat his bitch ass. Lock at that Ornn. Run it back.
Smolder's super broken.
Yeah, I mean, I did say that if they win, it's through scaling, right?
Yeah.
I think it looked strong last game too, and it's obviously a flex for 100 Thieves as well. I just feel like it's kind of hard to get through the early game for them as well. They have to pick some champs that are more flexible in the early game than their last draft.
Might be a little bit better this time around, because like last game, having to deal with both Vi and TYLER
Have
as
some
a
fun,
smolder,
man.
even if you're using it as a flex, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
This time around, at least they get an idea. They're still going to have to
Hello? Am I live?
deal with the TYLER. Now that I said that, right, immediately
Yeah.
the TYLER is coming through. How frustrating is it to play against the TYLER, like especially
80 mids, but I think APM, the TYLER, he's very willing to give some farm in the mid game and just find plays. I think he's a very good player at finding plays in general, so it fits him as a player. And obviously, Sejuani for Umti is kind of a classic. Against us, we
They'll go Maokai.
Sejuani Maokai.
Yeah.
These types likes
Two
this
Umti
blind pick
classics.
Jack.
Here we go, a better lane swap champ this time for Sniper. Jax is a way better champ at defending than the Renekton, so I like to see that.
There's a chance that instead of trying to keep up
Also,
with
these
swapping
guys are
100
not
Thieves, just
first
commits to
rotation
standard
pick
lanes
center.
and then hopes to track when the dive is coming and just let Jax sit under turret. I feel like simplifying as much as possible for 100 Thieves would be the way forward, just with the way that game one happened. The extension of the lane swap decisions felt like it became a little bit unplayable for 100 Thieves.
Ooh, I like the
in
Gangplank.
the
Do
rest
it,
of the
bro.
game. So I really do like the Jax in this game because it can be something that Sniper, one, is very comfortable with in
Do
general,
it.
and then two,
Come
is one
on.
of the best champions at defending against the dive.
This would be interesting if it comes through for Impact. That's an old school classic for
It
Impact.
is. He is really good at it, but it would be weird.
there are some
Yeah.
picks. it's not
Cassante.
gonna-
Dude,
it's
like,
not
you
gonna
see what I
get
mean?
locked in.
Like,
There's some
that's
picks
what
where
I'm
you
talking
see
about.
someone
Like,
solo
these
queue,
players,
you're
like,
oh, he's
think
playing
about
a lot
it.
of DP,
But they
but
always,
he's
like,
also
it's
playing a
so
lot of
cringe how they
quirky
do
top.
that.
And you
Like,
never see it. You're
they
like,
think it's,
damn,
like,
okay,
the
never
biggest,
mind. I should not
the
put my
funniest
value
shit
in that.
alive.
This might have been one where
Oh,
Impact
I'm gonna
started
hover to
playing
this
into a
fun,
G2 one
unique
game and
champion.
coach says, "No,
Let me
stop
last
Cassante."
second swap to the same pick I've been playing all year.
I have heard an anecdote from Spawn before where he
Like,
can.
the
he
fans
does
stopped
have a lot of
laughing at
final
that
say
shit
in
7 years
picks
ago,
and
man.
bans.
Yeah.
So even though
Like,
you
just
definitely
stop
wanna have
hovering
your top
random
laner's
shit.
opinion,
Yeah.
he
Jax
knows
versus
that
Gangplank's
APA is
a
the
such
one
a
that's
fun
blocking the
matchup.
shit. So
Yeah.
I
he's
love
down to
playing it
block
as
Cassante,
Gangplank.
and then
I
the
love
straight
it.
back
Impact has
plays.
no say.
Thought just crossed my mind. I know the Jax is something that Sniper is quite good at, but having known that Umpty and River are both, like, they played Jax jungle in the past, and when you're in a playoff series, how important it is to have a flex pick. They already have a Smolder. Do you think that can be a Jax jungle, or do you think it's going top and they're just going to pick a jungle on 4-5?
I would say 99% it's going into the top lane.
Yeah.
I think in general, also just because Sniper is such a good Jax, it just makes more sense.
Yeah.
I think overall it can be a flex pick.
Well,
for
I
him.
heard that they're going
I don't think
Fearful
the
next
Sejuani
year.
matchup is actually that good for Jax
Or
either.
Fearless, excuse me.
Maybe if it was something into like the Xin Zhao, which has been a kind of normal counter in the past, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see.
Oh,
what
but
Tion
Gangplank
supports. When
isn't
you
good
have
in the lane
explosive
swaps. You're
on
right.
4, it really varies
You're right.
from
I-
draft to
I-
draft.
I
You
keep
can
thinking about
sometimes
these
pick
counter
something like
picks,
the
but I
Leona,
don't
which I don't think is a great pairing
think about the
with
lane
Zen.
swap
Very good
matchup.
value.
Oh my
Maybe
god, lane
something
swaps are
like
actually
Vidal
killing
into
it.
Lawless makes sense. And then they can hold their 80 pick for 5. Kalista is also open, but doesn't look like an insane Kalista game. So I would expect them to pick something like the Rel, maybe like a stable 80 carry as well. Could be something that they do.
They do need a little bit of damage, would be the only call out here. I think Cassante Sejuani is a little bit low damage for top side.
Kalista or not, that would work here too for sure.
And when you're going up against Corey JJ, you're a little concerned that he's waiting for a perfect opportunity for a
call in the
Taric or something.
One game
so you
one,
already said it,
yeah,
so
was
that's
a shit
Yeah.
stomp.
but I was praying for it.
Oh, are we gonna go Misfortune?
Personally.
And
we
those
go
champs are
Misfortune?
really good into drafts like this. I just think that it also just frees up Yon to pick a lot of different champs.
Oh,
Kai'Sa is
Misfortune.
obviously banned now, but
Maybe 100
I can
Thieves
even
will see
him
that they want
playing something
Misfortune,
like
and then
the
they'll take
Ziggs
Misfortune.
in 5 pick here.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
don't think they
Was it
they don't
Smolder
need
mid?
that much damage against the enemy comp, and if 100 Thieves can
Zyra,
place a
I'll take it. It's
long-range,
been a
like,
while.
Smolder front to backy comp, I think something like the Ziggs is actually really good, and it's
I'll
also
take
very
Zyra
effective in
pick.
the lane
She
swap,
hasn't
so
been picked in a
I
while.
think it kind of depends where they put the Smolder. I would just expect it to go mid again, and them just playing kind of an immobile AD carry here. Something like the MF, yeah, MF is kind of the standard pick here, I would say, from the side of 100 Thieves. I think now you could slam a Ziggs if you're Yon. You can also look
Yep,
something
okay.
like the Jhin,
As
just like a
predicted, they're gonna
normal
yoink
standard
the
champ.
MF.
But I think for the swap, especially,
now
the
what
Ziggs,
does TL do?
has a lot of value.
I've been seeing it banned quite a bit, Ziggs in particular. a lot of it feels like, oh, it could be targeted towards a team. How
Ash? No way.
strong do you feel like Ziggs is right now in the meta? Because it has been getting a lot of team fans.
Yeah, Zeri is also just another good scaler. But Ziggs is very strong because a lot of comps also kind of have a lot of frontline with one engage tool. So
Well, it's not
I think when
working.
you have something like
There's no
Ziggs or
Maokai
Zeri
in the
that
game.
can just front to back
Did get a
easily, it
Zyra,
just
which
makes a
I
lot
am
of
now
sense
good
for
to
the
see.
draft. So
We have G-Snipes
I think
on
the only
Jax,
negative with Zeri is
the
that he's actually
legendary
not that
Rel,
insane at swaps.
Nautilus.
It's not that good at diving
Yeah,
towers because
excuse
their
me.
Q just goes right into the
Fortune
tower. So
Nautilus
if
combo.
you're trying to dive Jax and Jax is just hiding behind the tower, actually pretty hard to dive him. So
If I were to take a step back a little bit, which comp do you favor more?
I would honestly say I favor TL's comp more. It's a bit easier to play, but I could see 100 Thieves actually having a better early game and smaller scaling, so slight TL favor.
Sweet, sounds good to me. Down to hear from the casters. I'm going to send it straight back to you guys.
Thank you, Lounge. We're getting into game
Where's your
number
caffeine? I already
2
had
here.
some 10 hours
Time
ago, bro.
to find out if 100 Thieves can battle back in this series.
fine, I'm
or
fine.
if TL
Got
is going to take a bit of a stranglehold on it after a very dominant game number 1 off of that lane swap.
Honestly, too, I kind of like what 100 Thieves has done. You know, they got the tier 2, like the later pick of the Zyra to ensure that you're going to have a Leandries on your team to deal with all those tanks that Team Liquid generally like to run. So much value out of that burn that they're going to try and get. 100 Thieves, of course.
Loud
I
for
think
me.
I agree with the Lounge in that they kind of need a good early game.
That's all you there for. I
you
go
don't
back
get
home on
behind
Monday.
with this, because then you're going to be too
3 a.m.
squishy, and then Team Liquid are going to be able to force too much on you with the Sejuani, with the Rel. So I think tracking Core JJ, that is number 1 on everybody's list, especially after last game.
I would say
All right, here
number
we
1
go.
on their list should be muting APA. but he's already
Yes,
in
I
game
just
number
said that. They for sure already have it
Back
muted,
starting
bro.
with the GLH chef, they're going to be nice and happy. And then APA, maybe you guys play games
All right.
too?
Hold him there.
I feel like him and JoJo are the 2 players who are most muted by other players in the LCS. But we did have, speaking of Core and how well he did in game 1,
Already
how
played
annoying
ads.
he
You're
was,
fine.
on that pick,
Okay.
as we see him going in again
Yep.
at level 1.
Good presence.
4th all time for assists. In
And again, TL have 5 people, everybody down here for this invade to back it up. So once again, fishing
I
through
think
it. The
Core
only thing they're
did
worried
me
about now,
because he had a bad
the
day at
other side of the
scrims,
jungle,
and
so
you
see
know,
Umti crossing back
after
as
talking to
Sniper actually
Cody's
does
son
drop
in
the
solo
ward on the
queue,
red
Cody's
Devo
son
track.
said
Yep, so they're gonna
that
try to get the
I
idea
make
of
all my
where
money
the lanes are going to be. It looks like it will
from
end up
man,
in
children,
standard lanes
normies
here.
watching
100 Thieves still hanging
my
around,
stream.
making sure there's not any sort of a late invade coming in from TL, but we see everyone's up to the top side, and we've got Jat with an interview with Coach Golden Glue.
Thanks.
You wanna know why he said that, by the way?
One was the
You wanna know why he like randomly lashed out at me
type of chaos in game 2.
Yeah,
in that game?
Well,
Like,
sorry, it looks like
and
we're
like,
not getting a lane swap this game, but I
and
think
made it
game
personal.
1, the swap was actually going really well for us. We're up XP on both top and 80 carry, and we just got like hooked under turret and died. And then
Hold
that
on.
snowballed into the top dive. I think Team Liquid plays like the late rounds and lane swaps pretty well. We kind of already talked and we knew that was going to happen, but kind of was frustrating to see we still fell to it. But this game we got standard, so hopefully it goes better for us.
I did notice the really early lock-in of
Okay, we're
the
actually
Jax
laning.
for Sniper. Was
fucking
that
crazy.
a little bit swap related, or is that more just trying to go with your early series prep?
It's just one of those things where, you know, the Renekton obviously didn't have the best game, and so we're just going to swap it up and change the top pick.
All right, how's confidence level for the rest of the series?
Still feel pretty good. I'm really curious how this game is going to go, and I think like we all kind of feel like that game 1 was just like we kind of tossed it away real early and gave them a huge lead early, and we kind of felt like we almost could still win fights even though we're down like 10,000 gold. So, you know, hopefully this game we just don't end early mid-game, and we can actually have like an even mid-game to like team fight.
Yeah, well, 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, still an even game, so I'll let you watch the rest of it. Best of luck.
Thank you, Jet. Thank you, bud. Bye.
Hook on a Yon. He's going to be.
Who's talking to
will
me?
be able to
Anyway.
check it out, but it's an early advantage for that.
I was saying, you know why Cody's son got mad at us and like called me like a man-child and my normie viewers who I make all my money off of, or called man-child normie viewers? It was because I don't realize this. When I say somebody's dog shit in solo queue, you guys all go spam their chat. So he was getting messages in his chat. I would 100% bet like, you suck, you suck, you suck. TYLER1 said you suck. You're so bad. Then he gets mad, and it's like, yeah, you normies. So it's your guys' fault.
And if you're the team with a misfortune,
don't chat hop.
What's
up?
Be in some trouble here. Tomo piling forward, can't force out the flash.
if you're the team with the misfortune, with the winning lane on bottom lane, it sets you up for not original lane swaps, but just regular level 6-minute grub swaps really nicely, because Misfortune has such a strong lane phase that they can also use her mobility to go up for those grubs level 6.
I was there. All the first-time chatters were telling him to beat you.
A pseudo lane swap, but
of course. Of course.
Zone yawn off again.
Because they just want to see me mad, which is why I'm getting sniped in Middle East.
Has been able to do
just trying to make everybody wants to make me mad.
Have this massive pressure in the mid lane, but on bot side, the thing that allowed that invade was the pushing bot lane. And here you see Tomo before the 100 Thieves before the roster swap, and then after, with Tomo coming in, giving them a point of pressure to play around, as APA is going to use his pressure to aid on this invade.
Who's on a ward?
Caught by the seismic shove, could be in trouble if he can stack up the passive. He's gonna have to likely flash the wall, holds on to it.
That is a late flash. Wait, there's
collapsing, Core's coming in as well. APA
okay, Smolder first blood. Wait, he's dead as well.
Coming in, can they turn something around? Doesn't look like it. TL backing on that one. Quid grabs the first blood, and they force multiple summoners out of TL. They've been
he flashed to get back to mid lane faster.
Yeah, a bit disrespectful there. Team Liquid diving too deep. I think that was a good bait by River. He's just kind of standing there. You can see him just staring at him, and he does get hit with the big chunk, but then as the rest of the 100 Thieves come, they're able to punish the super deep dive that everyone went in on River.
They want to try to dive this. Core actually saw Ayla. Okay, never mind. He's going to back off. He saw Ayla recall. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say the other big thing is that now this Smolder, who was getting shoved in by APA, ends up getting the kill off of this. As we take a look at this again, River stays here, and APA is following him on the invade, but Quid is going to be able to come around from here, and this bot lane is
they had no pry out. There's no way they did this, right?
I like that ward. The ward right there, it did give them vision of River, but because they fully commit to it so deep, even with the extra ward giving them vision there, so could start the knock up there, so they can get
back to live as APA gets
no Corky, bud.
He is caught.
Jeez!
From the previous
Quid can play 80 mids very well.
I saw
by the way,
picture. He had a good initial seismic shove.
He's like top 5 in NA right now. He plays 80 mid
and
heavy.
You talked about, okay, where are we going to put...
Oh, Tomo in trouble now. Going to flash forward onto him. He flashes out. The stun does not land from Core, but he's tanking it up. And Jan's got him, surely. They trade back a kill. Nice roam from Ayla, but TL will not allow it to go
Quid's all chatting.
They do answer bot side, but Kobe, you had talked about is Ayla waiting.
I don't know, though.
Quid
in my game caught our jungle dog shit.
After coming back from resetting. I think
so. I don't know.
Again, they're able to
he has that in him.
For that first grub take.
Oh, Impact's gonna go all out. Sniper in trouble, but Quid is here to back him up. That could have been a solo kill, but instead, now it might just be a dive. They're softening him up under the tower.
Play slow. Smolder should take.
Does connect on
Smolder auto,
but doesn't want to dash for flashing it.
Whoa, no. Oh no.
Who else but him?
Oh no.
Quid, you got nowhere to go. Pulled out of the sky.
Oh no.
Sante's blades. Can he get another? Just barely sidestepped. River comes in to bail him out, but it's Impact in the top
pretty
lane,
sure
calling top die.
Sniper can't tank there. Smolder has to tank.
What was Sniper doing? He was so disrespectful.
Well, they just back off.
Right in front of his face on the tower, but Sniper sticks around. He wants his turret plate money. Tries to jump out.
Was it for the plate? Okay, let's see.
He goes in here. I want to see this again.
Respect your elders.
Okay, he baits very nicely.
Respect your elders.
He thinks he's good also because he has Quid here for backup, right?
Boom, that hits.
So he is going to go in, thinks
he has knock-up, so he has to play the knock-up. But if Quid just autos here...
he's waiting for Counter-Strike to come back up?
Oh, I don't know. That's a dicey dive.
I mean, just going in turret range against Cassante when he can so
That's a dicey dive, I'm not going to lie.
Impact almost gets this as well.
Yeah, if it weren't for that root from River, he absolutely gets it. And then barely sidestepping that just about clipped him. Impact really
Impact sweating, holy shit.
From this guy.
He's locked the
for so long.
So I went back on the Observer computer to look at the cooldown on his Counter-Strike, and it just came up like 0.1 seconds there. So he could have been like, if he was smashing it, maybe.
Yeah.
If he was smashing it, it could have come up, but man.
That's what I was thinking, is that he wanted to be up on him and then have Quid hold aggro from range, and he goes in with the Counter-Strike, and they try to dive him like that. But
he's still playing with some confidence. His wave's in a good spot.
And Impact's going to punish you for those tiny mistakes every single time. Now sitting on a ward here, has been spotted out. Remember, the winner here not only qualifies for Worlds, they'll also be in the LCS finals as the lightning flash comes out, but he's hooked into the tower.
I mean, 100 Thieves is fighting this game, actually. They're playing.
But Umpty's behind them, and here comes APA. They want to look for the dive. How are they going to set it up? Nails the ulti under the tower, and on the other side, it's a fight between Impact and Sniper. Sniper and River looking to take him down. As TL gets 2 on the bottom side, it's traded back on top by 100 Thieves.
All right, Sniper at the kill.
Once again, we have a very bloody start, but I really like this out of TL.
Talia will TP top.
Because now APA is going to be able to get damage.
He's not.
He's
getting played.
Sniper is going to trade on top side, and it also should give them first rotation on this Drake after it was 100 Thieves bot lane that ended up getting the initial push.
53 Smolder stacks at 8 minutes.
This is a much better
they responded,
condition
I've
this
seen
time
worse
around
from
for
T1
100
Smolder.
Thieves.
There you have it, bro. My Smolder's good, you dumbass.
They are
I just
not
played it today.
failing their opposite side map
And this
plays this time
major
around.
region.
Last time, TL was winning both sides because Core JJ was just blasting everyone, and then Roman did the other side of the map. But this time around, at least 100 Thieves did successfully pull off their play on the top side while they get
There's 2 plays at once.
That was a nice snipe there from though, to set it all up. And Team Liquid do get their successful dive on bottom side. It's just answered with the kill on Impact.
Tomo just barely, his bullet time didn't get those range minions. Otherwise, it would have been a lot harder of a dive to actually set up, but just couldn't quite get it. And yeah, they do get that kill back. And they also got a plate mid, they got a plate top. So not too bad gold swing wise.
And I would say for 100 Thieves, you are focused on Quid yet again. The Smolder.
Well, I mean, they didn't get the Nautilus, so
he gets his hands on the Smolder.
Like, who actually touches a fully stacked Smolder? Flash Cassante? He has to grief and get hit by Sejuani?
Well,
not happening.
But Quid definitely
a skilled Smolder doesn't get touched by anybody on their team,
actually fight back in this series and really push it way further than we saw in game number 1, which TL just kind of stomped them in.
And he was so good last week, and honestly was dominant as far as the DPM he was putting out in regular season versus playoffs. He was really stepping up in that series, was a monster performer for them. Smolder is absolutely a champion that can pump out the damage, and he has that great early start.
Yeah, and as we see TL rotating up to take grubs, the
3
big
against
thing
3.
for
They're
me,
scrapping on bot side. Impact
Bro, they are
Sniper
fighting
again,
bot.
his
I
River
like it
engaging
from
on the
Snipes.
top side. Yawn looking like he might get burst down.
Ooh.
Impact and Sniper do disengage, but it's Quid chasing APA.
Look at him, APA's dead again. I like how they're
trouble.
playing.
He's surrounded, gonna have to
Heard
flash
the
out.
hook.
It looks like Umpty's gonna be able to block for him. The seismic shove comes in. Hook will lollipop
I mean,
the
they're not
Umpty, but it's gonna
scared,
be
bro.
disengaged. Bot side, is
They're
there
not
a
scared.
re-engage on this? Looks like both top laners content with what they got.
Oh, and Quid got that kill. He sniped it with Mom. The Mom came in to give Quid his allowance here.
Not even the same player.
Gets the last hit on that one. Continues to feed the Smolder.
Flash forward, Glacial Prison connects. Seismic shove is gonna be there. He's shut down. Kobe, why'd you have to praise him?
Kobe, I was literally
That's what you get for
How
calling
could
your mom.
you?
That's what you get for calling your
I
mom.
was just about to circle this and be like, look, Quid is in such a great situation, right? Like, one of the big differences in this game for 100 Thieves is that Sniper and Quid, they're 2 solo laners that I like to play around, are both in really good positions, especially off of that initial kill that Quid was able to get. Now, Sniper is in a good, is in an alright spot, but the big thing is that APA got that shutdown.
He did.
Although would I ego that wave? I kind of would if it was solo.
Trouble. Got scooped back
If it was during like top challenge, I wouldn't. But I've been kind of autopilot pushing waves nowadays.
It also highlights some of the plays that
I really don't
Umpty
care
does for this
if I
team.
die.
We were discussing the All-Pro and how, you know, for TL, Umpty was the only one not on first team, but him waiting around on the Sejuani in the fog of war to set it up for him and get his carries that shutdown, get him that extra gold. Now you've got APA with huge CS numbers here on the Talia, with the mobility to really influence mid-game on the map. You know, he is the pivotal one here to move around and actually keep those lanes in check.
And I'm always way more impressed by a really
First
good farm like
Dragon's
this.
still
He's
on the
up
map.
to
It's
about
gonna be another long
13,
game.
13 minutes. When you take into consideration, he moved down and actually tried to back up the invade on the red. He went bot for a dive. Like, he has been moving around the map, so he's getting all his farm. He's being active on the map, and that's exactly what you want to see from Talia.
Yeah, and that's an underrated part of APA's Talia, right? Is he has a really good sense of where to move on the map, and overall, just generally, TL are really good at getting gold onto their carries just through really smart lane assignments.
Look at this focus on the wards through river here. 400 Thieves. Nicely set up for them. Lots of vision waiting for this play, and you see everyone just stand off right now. Whoever moves first is going to be the easier one picked here. The CC setup lying in wait, and they wait for the extra person to come through. Quid even flies over the wall here to ensure that they have the safe pathway.
The flash.
This could be a little bit dicey. He doesn't know that they're around. He's going to throw down
Smart
the wall
hook.
to try to cut him off. Just a split second too late to actually lock Ayla on the wrong side there. Both teams playing around vision very, very well. It looked like initially 100 Thieves were actually trying to set up a trap onto because they had a ward over the grub wall that saw him enter that pit. But both teams playing it smart, and I do think 100 Thieves has a real shot at it in this game. They have a very good composition to kill these tanks. If TL aren't perfect on their engages, there's so much DPS in this 100 Thieves squad.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. Like, this team could not fall behind early.
They're kind of
right now, like 200
looking
gold lead,
shaky now.
Not a massive,
Now it looks like
massive
TL
advantage,
is
but
the
it
one
is a really
playing with
good
all the
spot.
okay until I say that with all the confidence.
Impact's going to try to buy time for that TP as he goes all out on a sniper, trying to chase him down. APA is here. The seismic shove tries to backstab it, but he can't. He's trying to use it to turn it around on an impact, but he gets scooped back in, and he gets knocked down. APA out there on the map. Call him Mr. Worldwide.
And look at the rest of the map right now. The only real counterplay for 100 Thieves is to hard push on top. You can pick up this Rift Herald and get Quid up to top tower. If Quid could get solo tower gold, but
engage around mid. It's cleansed out from the ulti. Yawn trying to turn around onto Ayla. Looking to block the shots. The bullet time comes out, and it's the engage from Core JJ. One's down, two's down, count him. River's next to fall. Yawn's gonna pick him up, rack him up, and knock him down. Liquid gonna grab the Herald as well.
I'll say though, it's actually like Team Liquid actually became good. I noticed it at the World Cup, whatever. They actually did become good. I don't know when, but and to compare the way they play against other LCS teams is crazy.
Lacking for TL, so Yawn has to run. Impact is here.
Don't play like little
Push
bitches.
them out. And at the very least, the mom's coming over the top. Can they get them low enough? Sniper's gonna go in. He goes in with
okay, but G-Snipe says that bitch, get over here.
Yawn had to flash out. Quid flashes in to follow. He's gonna get spotted.
Zere's
by that
dead.
board. Doesn't give him vision to kill. Not just yet. On the other side, it's Sniper
Maybe
against
he
Impact,
wins
but making that an unfair fight. Quid trying to get him. Yawn goes over the wall, buying so much time. Finally, they get the shutdown, and now Ayla's here as well. But APA is in, and Sniper is down. Quid spent so much time trying to kill the Zeri that he lost his Jax on the other side.
Yeah, I was about to point out, okay, but APA is still getting bot side turret. Then we had this skirmish that goes on for so long. He's actually able to get in on the back side of it.
Well played, Snipes.
Impact is actually
Dude,
going to TP mid to try to stop Tomo from taking this turret.
Plus, if they just fully commit to this Rift Herald, I mean, Team Liquid have a pathway towards the.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like,
Cortez is going to look around as they do it, but they do have a pathway towards
Team
the
Liquid
Dragon
does
here,
actually
too.
flip
Dragon
the switch.
#1
and they
in this
actually
game.
go
Looks like
against
APA
other
commits to
NA
staying
teams
top
at least.
side, will finish out that push. There are no more teleports for Team Liquid. So 100 Thieves here, they have the advantage with Quid still having his and just going to push out bot.
Yeah, and we'll see. It does look like APA is going to rotate down for this potential
first dragon
take instead of staying topside.
First dragon at 17
and
minutes.
100 Thieves might not contest this.
Yep.
So Quid's heading up from bot.
Looks like TL are in a pretty good position to take it. They're happy, I think, over on the other side, though, for 100 Thieves. Jax in that side lane, trying to continue getting farm as much as he possibly can.
Long game incoming, yep.
APA going to be difficult to deal with as he has 2 items already. So they do see the dragon.
I think it's pretty nice for 100 Thieves to just remain calm at this moment, even though they are over 1,000 gold down and 1 single dragon stacked up here.
Oh, that's annoying. It's going to actually block the Herald charge. He can try to bring it up to a different lane. He's doing a little loop.
Oh!
He can't quite pull it off.
He's not gonna
get the engage going in, though. Tomo has to flash out as Core JJ goes over the top. And Quid is caught. Quid is down as Impact goes all out. And River turning around with the Stranglethorns. The bullet time not connecting on too many, but Impact is burst out. APA low as well. Everyone has the blinking health bars, but APA charging forward gets another. Team Liquid, of course they come out on top.
The double kill for APA, the re-engage as the Rift Herald's doing circles on the map. Team Liquid strike quickly.
And there you see just, again, how well APA knows
better, bro.
this Talia as it comes down, it blocks.
I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep halfway through that fight. I'm not gonna lie.
Little loop here,
Like,
and
like
really
I zoned, like I don't know what happened, bro. I'm so
Tomo,
tired.
Core comes in and they lock down.
Like right here, I like blacked out. I was like, wait.
Wherewithal
Then I like
for TL to
opened
know
my eyes. I was like,
exactly
yeah,
where
yeah,
they
yeah,
can
yeah,
jump
TL.
on the carries. The bullet time setup has not been super great for 100 Thieves either. They have not been able to get it onto Yawn specifically. He's always been able to dart out of it. Then you see APA on the cleanup. The way he uses this Talia is just so smart.
Good job, guys.
You shall
Okay,
not
he said.
pass. They do not get to use the Rift Herald in
Empty going in. Another Glacial Prism, but this one's buffered beautifully. River, though, may not be so lucky as they're piling in.
Oh,
Here
Impact
comes
is
Impact.
so
and River
annoying.
has no flash, nowhere to go. River is out of there.
It's so interesting how
He's
TL
so
is constantly
annoying.
able to just assassinate enemy carries with so many tanks on their team, with so many angles to get these engages off, and they actually get a stop onto Sniper with everyone else here. Umpty could try and cut off.
Umpty is going in, and in comes Weaver's wall. They're going to try to stop him from getting out. He tries to flash out.
Ward,
Pops
ward,
the ulti
ward,
for
ward,
a little
ward,
bit
ward.
more resistances, but we don't know if it's going to be enough because Impact goes all out. Nice leap strike. The bullet time there to cover. Getting him out is successful, saving Private Sniper. Pulled off.
They can push mid. They can push mid. They're going to get at least a tower here in compensation for that. But TL snowballing so quickly, it's getting out of control.
Yeah, it's going to be
What is that?
tough.
171
I do like,
stack.
that decision to
He's a
at
little
least
behind
try
the
to
curve.
push down mid. However, on this top side, they already get the tier 1. APA is going to be pushing this wave into tier 2 and then resetting.
And APA, he's the one racking up most of the last hits here in these fights, and he's gotten the exact same bill again on Talia. Honestly, he's almost on the same pace for another super early death cap. We're at 20 minutes. He has both his rods ready to complete here, and it is crazy the world in which we are now living, where APA is just godlike, ruling the LCS here, when it was so recent. When everyone was flaming him only just a year ago. Look at that.
And he has been such a big part of this, right? About the fact that this team has improved so much. Yawn and APA have made remarkable improvements. And as a result, TL has just been looking so bulletproof. It's been 163 days since they've lost the series. They went undefeated in the regular season. They're on the march and trying to make it an undefeated entire split.
And I do want to point out a kind of unsung
Fun fact,
hero
when
in
Hard
a lot of
Flame
these
half
fights
these
who's
players
setting
in
up
solo queue.
for APA and Yawn. Look at Umpty. Like, I know we joke about, okay, Maokai, Sedge.
Wait, you're right.
Great buy game in
I've flamed Team Liquid's entire team except for Yawn.
It's allowed for them to clean up.
They're on Baron, though, and 100 Thieves well aware of it. Core has a great flank
Literally.
angle, but 100 Thieves are coming in. This is going to be a tough one to take, but they drop the Weaver's wall. Looks like they want to commit to it. Core is still not spotted. The Baron's getting incredibly low,
We're gonna make it in,
and it's going to be secured by Umpty on the other side. The first kill already goes down. APA has been finished off. Impact goes all out, and they did kill Sniper. Can they continue the chase? Quid going in, slowing him down with the Achu. The ultimate coming across multiple members. That one tagged Yawn. Core has fallen as well. 100 Thieves wants to get more, but can they do so? Doesn't look like it, as Yawn should be able to walk this one out. Impact is already based, and Umpty should be able to get out of there as well. It cost them a couple lives, but they got a kill back, and they got the Baron.
Yeah, I definitely still worth it here for Team Liquid. They should be able to use this Baron buff to take away a lot of the rest of the towers here on the map. Resetting really quickly for that dragon. And I would shout out the peel from Umpty in this one. His W2 on Sejuani barely tagging there at the end, not allowing them to continue the chase. But here's a look at the decision to actually burn the Baron.
Look, it's so annoying. Holy.
And the Sejuani ult goes right between Quid
We're getting
and Tomo,
so tilted
not
from
hitting
Rel
either of them, so that 100
Sante.
Thieves are still able to chase through, but they still get the Baron. And as you say, they got one kill, so they still, it's only like 2 for 1, and not that bad as far as the kills go, plus the extra benefit of now being able to push down objectives. And right as they cut the replay was the W2 from Umpty there to slow so that they couldn't continue chasing onto Yawn.
Yeah, that was really big. I mean, he laid multiple of those. Core just turns, realizes, I'm going to die. I'll give my life to slow them down. The zap comes over, slows them down.
Second
Those little things turned a really good play. You know,
this is making a pretty low value.
And
Bro,
that's
did
what
you
I'm
not
glad that
see
I
what
didn't
happened
caster curse
against
there, right? Because I was just
NRG versus
talking
Dig?
This is
You
the
can't
smile.
position against
Yeah,
Kazante. It's very hard.
How him on the set.
On in some trouble. Mom gonna
They
come
also
over
have a
top.
Rel
Nothing to follow it up,
Sejuani.
though.
It's very hard to
How
position
him
where
on
you
the
get a good
Sejuani,
ult.
on stuff like the Maokai, even in the Vi in the last game, we saw him setting up so well for the TL carries to really pop off.
Now, looking at it from the 100 Thieves perspective here, yes, you are down, but it's not as overwhelming as game number 1. And remember, you still have Smolder here. You have Quid. As long as he's able to survive without getting flanked like we saw in the mid fight, where it was literally Umpty, Core JJ, and Impact from 3 different directions, all immediately engaging onto Quid and killing him.
Oh, I miss C9 versus Fly tomorrow, by the way. I'm not going to be here.
Cannon. And
I'll
then
be
you
going home.
start to get to use your stacks here, which are just about to complete as well for him. He's fairly
Reminder.
close to getting that, plus the rapid fire. Then you actually get to use that long-range poke and try and whittle them down.
Something else I'm a little bit concerned about is can 100 Thieves keep River having access to his own jungle, right? He has less farm than Sejuani, and Teal are so good at when they get a lead, pushing in, stealing away all your camps. Zyra needs farm. Zyra needs items. You know, you can't just sit back and peel and throw out ultis. You have got
Wow,
to be a real
LCS not
threat.
going to be
At
happy
this
with
point,
you
he
did
might
your
not
work.
be, but Impact definitely
Fine.
is.
Like
And
right here,
Sniper
MF ult,
holding
but she's
the
a little
rest of
bit
the team.
late.
He's
Oh, but she got a
gone.
big one!
It's big from Tomo. It does get a burn down there from River. Yon over the wall's getting a lot
Oh
of
my God,
damage.
Smolder's here.
Killed. Quinn takes him out. And
Smolder's
gets
here.
another as the plants are cooking him up. And it's barbecue time.
Oh my
Quinn
God.
gets
We have a
another kill.
game
It's
of
a
League of
double
Legends.
For him, it's River getting a lot of damage done as they were ignoring those plants, and they cooked him.
All right, I need, in the replay, can the observer click on River and see if that was single-digit HP survival for the Zyra there? Because it looked like
Oh
it
my
to
God.
me.
APA
and it
is
was
bot
all
lane. I don't know what
without
happened.
The teleport call from TL.
Yeah.
They told APA, just keep pushing. This fight is going to be over so quickly that it will not change it if you teleport, so just get the objective on bottom side. And unfortunately for TL, that big combo from 100 Thieves was enough to burst down multiple members.
Yeah, so they get on to Sniper, but then this Zyra ult into the
They're
MF
so
ult
zoned.
is huge. Tomo goes untouched, and even when, oh, wow.
Look at the plants.
Yeah.
Look at River's HP.
What do you got?
One. Hit one. Hit one and
my
then
God.
regen to 2.
Literally
wow.
1
Oh my
HP
God.
survival. Thank you, observers. I love you.
Yesterday we had a 1 HP Dragon. Today we have a 1 HP Zyra. That was crazy.
Calculated.
100 Thieves
Oh my God.
are able to get a lot done there. The Zyra plants did so much in the back of that fight, you know, finishing off Impact, finishing off Core, finishing off so many members.
That's the difference between the pros and us. They calculate
True.
those.
I mean,
100
to the
Thieves doesn't
1
win, right?
HP.
Ones and zeros, baby.
Guys, I
Barely
really need
dodged
a
the
video.
Sejuani W2. It was inches
TL.
from his face, but let's take a look at these objective bounties because there is some good news for
100 Thieves is young, right?
Sniper gets one. Mid lane there, they're fishing around, but looks like 100
Bro,
Thieves
I'm
should
actually
be able
so
to play
impressed by how they're
defensively and back
playing,
off.
even in this
Yeah,
game,
and
though.
honestly,
They're
TL
looking
didn't take
for
that
plays.
many early dragons or anything, so Soul
They're
is not
looking
yet a big
for
threat.
things.
You know, it's still a minute and 40 until even the 3rd dragon here for TL. So 100 Thieves can still continue slow playing this. They have so much gold here onto Quid. He's going into likely a Leandries. Sometimes people do Rhythmaker for, but it's likely going to be that Leandries where your poke really starts to crank up. At this point in the game, you have a lot of points in your W, and that plus the rapid fire Q procs are so frustrating to deal with.
Did good. I think they
If
need
can
a little
get
bit more
another
time
few
together.
fights like that, where the
if
setup
they're not
from
out
the
this
Zyra
split,
is just so good
like,
for the MF ult to
if
come
they don't
directly
defranchise
over the
whatever.
top of it. Sniper
And
and
then
Quid are in pretty good position.
they're playing
to
like
clean up
with a little bit of
fights like
confidence.
that. So these TL
We'll see.
still, despite the 4.3k gold lead, does have to be careful.
Yeah, biggest hurdle for 100 Thieves to overcome now is that the TL pick potential is through the roof. They have map control and vision control here, and since Umpty,
What if
Quid,
Riot
and Impact
showed
are
you-
so good at utilizing that vision control to get their flanks off,
Gold grass
everybody has
in-game.
to be so cognizant of that during their pathing to these objectives. TL
Like,
trying to catch
it
people
would
off
show that
in
you're up
transition.
3,000
You
or
see
down
them camping
3,000.
on their control wards, waiting
Dots.
for their opportunity here to really strike because
TP's
APA
coming in. Look at Core. He's going to be wrapping around, and there's no flash on Tomo. They do spot him, so 100 Thieves should be okay for now.
Yeah, we'll see. They definitely want to be able to jump onto either Quid or Tomo.
Dude, cannot co-stream on a plane.
It's especially easy.
You know how much it
like,
takes to
fish for picks
stream
with TYLER? Just like that.
an airplane?
Actually.
Trouble. This glacial prisoner followed up, and he is just dead
I
already.
mean, he did get old off.
The poke
MF
back, not
still
a lot,
buffer.
honestly, and they used the bullet time there.
Sunday
so
still has
ult.
ult. Sniper's dead. He
But
just
Sniper
ult,
gets
yeah.
flicked back. Impact goes all
He has to
out.
press
Here
ease,
comes
ease
the
down,
Weaver's
GG.
Wall, and that could be
Oh,
the
man.
end
Oh,
of it.
God, that was a great
100
wall.
Thieves are fallen. TL find the window, and they pounce, and they're looking to push it down mid.
Can I just say, that was a perfect setup from you, Kobe. That was absolutely beautiful.
TYLER with vision coverage, you know they're going to go for
Tomo,
it.
nice sidestep, uses that move speed. Rivers here to try to bail him out, but they are on the wrong side. The Stranglethorn's coming down, but it just doesn't do enough damage. Tomo trying to make something happen, but he's got nothing. Captain America to the rescue for TL. Gets another. They're pushing down mid.
Yeah,
they can even
they're
go
gonna
for
have
the
to
end of the game.
reverse
Impact's
sweep
just going to stop the Zyra from pacing. It's Ayla alone here. Sniper not up for 5 more seconds. Can he clear out the wave at all? We'll see. Ayla flashing back, just trying to waste their time. Sniper now respawning. TL have taken that first Nexus tower. Will they back it up here? APA relatively low, but Yon's still pretty healthy. Has the summoners. They think better of it. They want to back it off. They're not going to risk anything. And they will be able to get out of there very likely. A 7,000,
Game 3,
8,000
Sniper
gold
locks
lead,
in Riven
take
and
the jungle,
Wummy Knights
take the dragon,
to
and
set up
just
the
put the
reverse sweep.
finishing touches on this one.
Yeah, I thought they might end up trying to
I thought
barrel
so.
down mid.
It's
I
champ
do
select.
think, again, even
G-Snipe's
with them
coach
not
is
going
like
to the
standing
end, this is
over here,
something that's just so
his
dangerous
shoulder,
about this
Sniper,
TL team.
locking
They'll
rune
get
at
the map into a state where they can immediately just push to end, destroy your base,
Fuck
again,
you.
force you to make really bad
Turns back
or not
around
bad
slowly,
decisions,
clicks
but you
Riven,
have to make
locks
really
in.
risky decisions
Oh
around the
my
map,
God.
especially with this composition where, again,
Sniper caught out. Seismic shove there to follow up the core. JJ engage, and he is just dead again. Sniper cannot get any purchase in this game.
Those picks, when you have the map completely blacked out, really nice job there from TL.
I feel bad, but he's so gapped. Lane swap or 1v1 or team fights aside.
Baron again, right? Similar to last time, they're sitting on their
Impact
control
is
wards,
so
but they have
disgusting
the
in
other
this
side of the
series.
map, Dark 2, and TL Fish on the other side, so they get 2 for 1 basically. Pick down there, plus the Baron, and now they can return to finish that job.
and look at this TYLER, almost 4K gold ahead now, 10-3 and 3.
You think they banned
On
Corky?
this pick, APA is
next
so
game?
good at recognizing where he can be in team fights with the TYLER, when he can get head.
TYLER's been popping off both games. Might just give him Corky, bro.
Coming, as is and APA from behind. TL want to look
Quinn
to try
can
to
play
get a fight
against
here
it.
to potentially end the game after the
For
dragon
sure,
is
he can
taken.
play
The
against
bounty is secured. 100 Thieves have got to run though, and they're caught out away from the rest of the base. Impact and APA also maybe looking for an angle for Sniper. The Weaver's Wall is going to get built. They're going into the base onto Sniper. Sniper's got to try to get out of there, but there's the Pathmaker into the seismic shove. Back to the base for Sniper. 9 deaths for him. They've just been preying on him all game long. The rest of the 100 Thief members will be back here, but can they even clear out the waves? Impact flashing forward, scoops in Quinn. The Dragon
Sniper's finishing this game 3-9-2. All I'm going to say is Boofius' team carries him. So, unfortunate, Sniper. We're all not privileged.
It's match point 2-0 for Team Liquid.
TL's front line is insane. When you're running Impact, Core JJ, and Umpty, the enemy team carries, like, you cannot miss.
Not gonna be smiling after that one, are you, bud?
One of them will get the engage. They will be on
$20
top of
bill.
you, and you
Does
are
not smile
going down. TL,
down
really
the tunnel.
nice
I'll give
job
$20.
that they were able
Anybody
to
here?
get the
No
lead.
smile.
Even though it's a
Let's
little
see.
bit slower in this game, they then are able to step by step control the map.
Looking incredibly good, but remember, during the summer split, you could win a chance to Worlds. Hey, maybe TL will be there. Or a set of 7 Player of the Week
they're not gonna show us
statues.
it.
Impact has a lot of those. Use your MasterCard to make a purchase from the in-client store and save your card on file for a chance to be entered to win. Let's head on over to the LCS Lounge now to break that one down.
Welcome back to the LCS Lounge. I think it's time to get into the highlights of this
Yeah, I think
game.
so too.
This was a lot. So it was a lot closer.
Yeah, it was.
It felt like 100 Thieves was going to have a good chance.
For sure.
Oh, they got the camera out.
Like the first 8 minutes of the game, it felt like 4 kills went to Smolder's pockets. I was like, how do you lose this?
Let's roll this
that's what you
because
would think.
we're going to see how we got in these situations. APA ended up being the story of this game, although he definitely had some question mark moments at the start. This first replay is after he was already down Flash.
Yes.
So he started this game 0-2.
Yeah, because he helped out Sejuani for a bot lane invade, died. Goes straight mid, Nautilus is there, dies. Pretty rough game at that point in the game.
I think after this top dive, when Impact gets a kill and then Quid barely gets away, if K'Sante went for this play and got 2 kills, the game would be over. But honestly, I also thought like Smolder having 4 kills, even though the game was kind of close gold-wise, Smolder can easily carry this game against double tank and Rel, right? So
fight was
the problem for me with the way that 100 Thieves played this game is that they played very narrow. They played very 2 lanes heavy and kind of didn't defend the weak side properly. So even though APA wasn't even in every fight, he was getting so much farm around the map. I think he had like 300 CS at 26 or something like this. So there was a lot of plays back and forth. I think some worked for TL, some worked for 100 Thieves, but in general, TL's bot lane also got ahead. So Jon got pretty fed on this area as well. He didn't really carry the game, but he had a lot of gold this game.
Yeah, it felt like
I'll be honest, Big Burst Energy was more fun to watch. I mean, that was like a 4 seed against a 6. I don't know how that worked.
I did not
this is a 1 versus 5.
100 Thieves would be
this
able
is
to
supposed to be a
challenge this
stop
fight after the earlier blunder that was happening.
The number 1 seed.
Yeah, Quid got very fed.
Oh, shit.
At this point, he was actually 4-0, and it looked like he was going to be able to carry the game. But then I think this was actually really crucial here when Umti gets the nice ult out of Fog of War, and they just one-shot Quid. And then the shutdown does go onto APA.
That's
and
huge,
this is really the moment where APA really started pulling ahead of the Smolder.
Yeah, I feel like if Smolder stays ahead the entire game, it's really hard to shut down. But once the Taliyah kind of gets a one-shot potential
this is insane.
combo,
Let's actually pause it here, or back up just a little bit and pause it. So when the wall distracts the Nautilus to go all the way around here, like Ayla was doing like an emote, like a little thumbs up emote, but everyone on Team Liquid is like, actually, their front line is over here. It's time to just go.
Yeah.
So let's roll this one more time. This was actually a really big turning point in the game.
I mean, they walked up.
Over the wall.
I mean, they're trolling. They walked up.
No timers really well when to engage, and even
I mean,
they
all walked up. They all walked up to the turret.
So
yeah,
Smolder
not
dies instantly, and Impact
I wouldn't blame
really
Nautilus for that. Their
fight
entire
is just
team
better
walked
for
up.
TL still. They're healthier, they have better summoners up, and they're just better positioned in the lane. So APA is just pumping damage throughout this entire play. His rocks are on the ground, no one can really engage into him, and he finds a nice Q here on River as well.
I think at this point APA is probably about 2,000 gold up on everybody else in the game, but the experience advantage is going to be the big thing. That's a big check mark right there, because that was a big turning point in the game for Team Liquid.
And there's a lot that wasn't
There were
really
so many
shown.
fights in this game.
There were
was a lot of fights.
many fights, and even when it felt like it was a back and forth,
Like, this is where they're only down like 2,000 gold.
And look at the plant on Core JJ here.
Yo,
Well,
can we
Chunky
start
Ham with the
please?
burn
And
on
I
top.
hope, guys, I'm gonna have to.
You can see it barely
take
at
a
the
nap.
top of the screen. The Smolder got inside.
Actually,
The execute animation on Smolder, I will give it, even though I hate the champ, is very nice. It's very satisfying. It's dopamine every time you see it. Golden Glue was happy with this one too. I mean, this could have been kind of the game-defining moment for 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
If they kept the Smolder kind of progressing, but TL's setup around objectives is just so frustrating to play against. It feels like you can't walk anywhere.
Let's back this up just a little bit to right before Ayla gets hit by the seismic shove. So right here, we were talking about this. It's so difficult for Ayla to actually make a team fight happen.
Yes.
Because the overall squishiness of 100 Thieves, if you look at these other 4, Jax, who's been getting one shot by Taliyah over here. Then you have a Smolder who wants to be protected,
Sunday.
the Misfortune who's got Bloodthirster, and River who's trying to find a flank. So there's really no one good to go in on, so therefore Ayla steps up.
Yeah, they're scared of the Baron, right? They
But
have to
you
go
have
in.
this level 17 Taliyah.
With 4 items.
Yeah.
And let's just watch what happens to Ayla when he tries
And
to be
this
a
is
front
through
line.
the Celestial Shield as well, so he's taking 20% less damage in this entire play. But he basically gets 100 to 0 with no flash.
And like, best case scenario, if Nautilus gets an ult on towards Taliyah, who's the only one that's in range, like, what's the follow-up? Taliyah has flash, Taliyah's in fog, like, Taliyah's in a really safe position. There's not really much you can do to follow up with a Nautilus engage in that spot.
It's like it wasn't even a fight.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it was actually even gold at that point.
It was a 5v5 even gold fight,
Yeah.
But I think the way that TL position around objectives, especially Core and Umti, the way they find engages like around corners. In this fight, it was obviously APA with a really good angle. But it's so frustrating to play against a team which like control visions perfectly. And if you walk in, it feels like you're always gonna die. And if they walk into you, it feels like they know that they'll win. So it's like kind of lose-lose.
Yeah, I've got to be a little demoralizing for 100 Thieves because the lane swap in game 1 started well. And
I don't think so. I think they probably know that they're outclassed, so they're just trying their best to learn as much as they can.
Let's see if they can win 3 games in a row now. We're headed to break as we go. We have the question of who the best jungler in NA is. Umti, he's making a solid case this series, but let's see who came out on top in our best jungler NA tournament.
We put all 8 of our LCS junglers through a rigorous series of challenges to determine who is worthy of being crowned the best jungle in A. 3 grueling rounds testing their mental, their athleticism, and their jungling prowess. A no-holds-barred elimination tournament as 8 competitors enter.
Getting fired up!
Only one will leave with the title King of the Jungle.
Oh my god.
Why did they stop hitting the Baron?
I saved my country.
Round 1 sees all 8 of our competitors put their jungle minds to the test in a round of jungler-focused trivia. The rules are simple. The 4 highest-scoring players advance. The first round requires them to guess as many solo queue jungle champions as possible within the 90-second time limit, while the last 2 rounds are pure tests of knowledge. Let's begin.
I just named every jungler in the game in 90 seconds. Okay, this should be pretty easy.
Kazus, Hecarim, Viego, Belvith, Graves.
Oh, really?
Ivern, Morgana.
I think Nidalee should be there too at the solo queue. No. Ivan.
Yes.
Ivan is there.
Talia.
Nope.
Belveth.
Yes.
Lilia.
Yes.
Zyra. No way.
We'll start with Udyr.
Yes.
Kindred.
Nope.
Wow. I gotta think noob champs.
Yi.
Master Yi, yes. The classic.
Ivern.
Yes.
Belveth?
Yep.
Nidalee?
Nope.
Ivern?
Yes.
Rengar.
No.
Gwen.
Gwen. No.
What? Nocturne? Nocturne has to be there. Nidalee?
Not Nid. Hecarim.
Yes.
Kha'Zix?
Yes.
Graves?
Is Bren there?
No Brand.
Oh my god.
Kha'Zix.
Yes. Viego.
Yes.
Kindred? Weird.
Master Yi.
Yes.
Hecarim.
Yes.
Udyr.
Yes.
Viego.
Yes. Fly?
Nope.
What? Oh my god.
Zyra?
Nope.
Bren? Lilia? Lilia for sure.
Dude, I
You guys not
Hard.
I'm blanking.
Yep.
Gragas.
Really?
What?
Carries. What
Carries?
It's some random
I
jungler
think I
that I
just
don't play.
zoned out
I
again.
know.
Bro,
Diana,
I'm tripping.
Gragas?
I can't make it, bro.
Viego?
Yes.
Lisa?
Come on, please, TL. Please, TL win.
Xin Zhao.
TL win, please.
What?
8 seconds.
Ivern?
Yes.
Ivern.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Kane. I'm just missing all the freaky ones.
Wait.
Shaco?
Yes.
Oh my god. Aurora?
What are the champs even in the jungle?
I'm so stumped. It's crazy.
Karthus has to be one of them. Really?
5 seconds. I don't remember other jungle champions. I don't know.
Graves?
2 seconds. No Graves. 1. Open.
Yeah, that's you to me. I'm doing solo queue. You open because you run it down.
Oh my god, that's the big one.
The 5 you missed were Kha'Zix, Viego, Shaco, Udyr, and Nocturne.
Udyr was easy. Udyr was a freebie. Kha'Zix, Hecarim, okay, that's like useless champs. Viego completely useless champ as well. Completely useless champ.
Shaco,
Completely useless champ.
Udyr, and Master Yi.
Okay, Udyr and Master Yi as well, completely useless champ.
Lilia, Udyr, Nocturne, Master Yi.
Kill me.
I like to see people happy. I like to see people happy.
They don't have scares. They don't have scares. They don't have scares.
Can TP back here.
I can CC. Can you CC? I CC it. No flash.
44.
It's all good. Top wave is really good for me, by the way.
I think they're gonna look for times. Anyway, I'm gonna go top side.
Okay.
I'm running top as well.
Okay,
I'm coming slowly. Nice job. Small little flash.
I'm way back.
Flash. I'm going top side.
I can move. He's on flash.
Roll there.
Yeah.
No flash, roll, no flash.
Nice.
I want to hear their comms, like on the dive.
Coming back side impact.
He plays it. I'm looking.
Not much, right?
Yeah, not much. He lose wave then.
This is big, guys.
Good shot.
Nice shot down. Lucius is hiding here.
I love voice comms videos.
Are you fine?
No cleanse. I'm looking low the last.
I'm coming from behind. I'm coming from behind. Okay. I still can look.
Amen. Tight on the flex too.
Yeah. Kill them all.
Nice
job. Good job. Jack set TP.
I'm gonna break. I'm slowly coming. Tilly here. Tilly ulting, guys. Look Tilly ult.
Run time.
Yeah.
Maybe I can loop.
Chrysante also coming mid.
Aram is good for us.
Yeah, we see Chrysante flank on right side.
I should have walked up.
Yeah. Look Rel. I'm going Rel here, guys.
The call was Rel.
Rel 1 HP.
Chrysante.
He's on flash. He's on flash. I got Tilly.
It's not easy.
I mean, their comms are so much worse.
Yeah, we can finish. We can burst.
Jack's on side.
Yeah.
Jack's on me. I'm gonna die.
I got it. We cannot.
I'm gonna be dead.
Look Jax. It's fine.
Hey, play out.
What did I use? Kind of. It's kind of variable.
Maybe not. There's like 8 people talking. I don't know. That last one was confusing. There's like 8 people talking. I couldn't even like. Yo, true. They always gifted subs. All saying the same thing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Isn't it done? No, this is game 3. It should be a stomp. Unless something miraculous happens. I can't make it to game 5. I might have to fake a DC or fake a power outage. I'm not kidding. Please.
Early lead in this one. It's a best of 5 against 100 Thieves. They are up 2-0 and have looked near.
I'll pull out my cord. I don't care. I'm telling you right now.
And the thing I'm most curious about is with 100 Thieves going back on blue side, if they are going to take out the Taliyah here, because that has been such a crucial pick in both of these team compositions. There we go.
I'm also really interested if Senna priority is going to raise at all in this series, because both teams have really largely been ignoring it. It's only been getting banned out in the second phase, if at all.
Yeah, and I would say more on the side of 100 Thieves. I would like to see it.
Yeah.
For TL, I mean, I just love their bottom.
Working.
I love their bottom. Yeah, I'm like, keep Core JJ on like Nautilus, Rel, or Rakan, and have Yawn on a hyper carry. I like that setup, but 100 Thieves.
All right, what we got?
Show me something
Smolder
special
again.
Here.
They love this Smolder.
Spice in a must-win.
They also
game
banned
for the
Corki
series
again,
because
but
we
this
might
time
be
they
done
added
really
the
early
Taliyah ban.
here. And this would send 100 Thieves to the lower bracket if they drop this game. Backs up against the wall. They go back to the Smolder.
Yep. And I do want to reiterate that is technically a flex pick. Tomo is a huge Smolder enjoyer. But most likely, based on the 2 drafts we've seen, it will probably be going mid for Quid. I just wanted to point out it could be going for bot. They can leave it up as a flex. The Sejuani once again locked in for something he is incredibly familiar with across the split. We saw just in this previous game his insane setup for the TL carries in a lot of these fights. We'll see what they want to pair it with on this red 2 pick, and that is going to be the Ezreal locked in.
I like the Ezreal only well, both because it's pretty strong right now, but also because if the Smolder does go bottom, then you don't have to give him a lot of stacks, and it's pretty easy to kind of slow that down. So we've also seen Yawn be very successful on this champ in particular. So nice little 1-2 here, securing the Sejuani for but also dealing with some of the flexibility of the Smolder. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves, what's our angle here? Flash some of the fun picks that they've done in the past. Yeah. I like that. I want to see some spice.
Let's Garner.
Maybe not as spicy as Shaco.
Is Ivern spicy for you? It's spicy for River, I think.
Ivern Leona is great.
Think, they're probably going to draft another hyper carry for Tomo, and I think they're just going to go for pure 5v5, right? Just buff him up, protect Quid, protect Tomo, and try to play for that team fight, because TL has been so good with their engages, so crispy clean, that they have been wiping 100 Thieves, it feels like, in the fight.
Would you like to see a Zeri with it, to be like the pair with the Smolder?
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah, I think Zeri Smolder.
Oh, we got the Zigs, though. We got
the
Zigs.
APA Zigs.
In the house. The most diverse one trick I've ever seen here.
Every time someone says he's a one trick, he pulls out another champion, and then they have to shift to that champion as his one trick.
Nice.
I love the Ivern in a lot of these double 80 comps.
That's what I like.
I think he brings so much. I just think he's an insanely strong pick right now. We see TL removing the MF. They don't want that partnered with the Ivern or the Leona for setup. The other thing that Ziggs, I do want to point out about APA's Ziggs specifically, we talked about how good he is on the Taliyah and TL's lane assignments. He is so good on this Ziggs in terms of recognizing when he needs to rotate, especially to take down that first tier 1 row of turrets.
Plus, my favorite thing about Ziggs, range. So they've got really good double solo laners with some strong range here for Team Liquid.
All right.
So I think they're
What's up? Sup? We're back, boys and girls. Talking Thieves back at it, but yet again, with another beautiful day. We're watching 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid. Going into Game 3, it could be a bit of a banger. So far, TL's won 2 in a row. They've crushed 100 Thieves in the palm. G-Snipes has gapped every game. Impact's popping off. It's going to be a big enough banger performance.
Be a pairing here with Ezreal. That would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting. And I mean, that could be a pretty tough lane for Leona plus really anything. Leona not one of the strongest early laners, but may not get locked in. I feel like if they do this, then you want to play something that has a little bit of side lane pressure.
You'll be unconscious in 2 minutes.
Strong at enabling that. This is more what I kind of expected from this. More hard engage. One of the things that's also so nice about
I didn't play the ads,
and,
guys.
The Ziggs, as far as poke champs, is they also have really good backline access, right? You can throw the ultimates to follow up on any sort of dive that's coming in from the Rel, that's coming in from that Sejuani, and they're going to leave 5th pick here for Impact. It's likely that he'll probably play a tank, but he's going to play one, as a result, that has a good matchup against.
All right, G-Snipes didn't first pick this game.
And we've seen, I mean, I want to throw out the idea, as we will see the Zeri locked in, we still don't necessarily know where these are going, but I'm guessing it's a Zeri bot Smolder mid.
Yeah. I don't feel like it makes that big a difference, honestly. What do you think we're going to see from Sniper? Are you expecting, more just kind of standard carries, or does he actually try to go towards maybe a tank that actually fits the 5v5 bill?
So to me, Sniper has had a bit of a restricted champion pool, and it has been Renekton and Jax are the restrictions.
Go it, Impact.
It's probably the most restricted for any of our
do it, man. You're up 2-0. You're better. You know you're better than him.
He's actually been very successful even with those restrictions. The other ones is like a tiny dabbling of like Cassante when they need, and just put him on tank, and then a tiny bit of Camille pops up. But as far as the blinds go, it really is comfort of Renekton or Jax. And in this case, they opt for the Renekton. And I want Impact to actually slam the Gangplank here. Yes!
Oh!
There we go. This is actually one of his most played champions. He has put a
Let's go! Gangplank for Team Liquid!
And playing, of course, during the...
Oh shit, I'm wide awake now, baby. Let's go!
A decent win rate on it. He is definitely...
Back in my day, I used to be called the Gangplank God. So I know a little bit about Gangplank. I'm probably going to critique his gameplay here a little bit because as an expert myself, masters 75% win rate on Gangplank. I know a bit about that character.
He can stack up the stuns when they want to come to you. Plus, his ultimate can be used to the other side of the map.
Everybody was calling me that. The Gangplank God, Bobby Big Barrels. Those were my nicknames. Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Summoner's Rift. Now you've got global Gangplank, semi-global
Bobby Big Barrels, bitch.
Global Ezreal ults.
Yep.
So
because I only hit big barrels.
Down the Battlestar lasers of ultimates from Team Liquid. Anybody that gets locked up in the CC of Sejuani and Rel could actually just get taken out by triple global ults.
Gangplank for Impact, 48 games, nearly a 69% win rate.
Prove it? I have an account. You're trolling.
Oh, just below Shen, I guess, of his most played.
I missed the Shen. The Shen was fun.
I have an account. You're
GG. The multiple global, semi-globals we have coming out of TL. Again, I think this team composition can respond to those 5v5 fights that 100 Thieves are going to want. And the thing I'm the most curious about that TL has been pretty good at, especially in Game 1, is how they're going to keep this Renekton down and keep
Anybody know what season that was? I'm trying to find it. Sorry.
Point where
APA just said, how's the prep for Stig going? In all chat. He is
feels bad.
From game number 1, he has been aggressive from game number 1. Some games, we've seen him like take a seat back and kind of chill, but this game has been full chat, all Yappa all the time.
He had a week off last week. He was prepping his trash talk. But we have Raz here with Coach Spawn to give us the inside scoop.
That's right, I got Coach Spawn here. First question for you is this.
Dude, I can't find the account, but I swear to God it's true.
What's a positive and negative that you guys see?
Here's one account, Gangplank, 57% win rate, but it was higher, I swear to God.
To be honest, I think that every single time we go into team fight, looks like we're going to win. I think our early laning phase has been a little bit lackluster both games, so we've got to tighten that up.
And the last question for me is, Moslo, we've been seeing the GP hovered throughout the series.
Trust me, I had 75%
Is that you
Masters.
giving them the green light? What's the conditions here for GP? And just another one, just mostly like, how are you going to see the series through?
I actually think it was like the other way around. Like people just keep hovering GP for some reason. It's just giving Impact's ideas. So now he just want to play it for some reason. But honestly, it's fun. So we'll see how we go. Also, special shout out to Spooks. He's like one of my best friends. So it's very fun to coach against him.
I appreciate that. Thank you again.
Okay, he did not want Gangplank. Okay, Coach did not want Gangplank at all.
Initiating a lane swap here. They're going to try to hold it.
If Impact loses on this, it's literally Kasante Renekton for the rest of the year, by the way.
Might be a split map situation.
Literally.
But this is going to be interesting because GP definitely in a lane swap can struggle. You really need farm, and you are not good at defending the dive. You don't really have.
Oh my God! And they lane swapped it. Oh shit!
Or anything like that.
That's what we were talking about. Can't happen.
Yeah, and then on the other side,
he can't
it's
play
going
the dives.
to be on Sniper to see how well he deals with the lane swap situation.
But yeah, that makes total sense why he's never picked.
I'd also say Ivern can have a rough time in lane swaps because you have to channel your camps and go back to them. And so it gives the opportunity for enemies to steal them away after you've invested your HP and mana to channel them. Can he tag it?
Ooh, he didn't get it. He didn't get it.
Nice steal there for Umpty.
River just maybe got himself in trouble here. He took that Q in thinking he was going to get level 3. Now actually has to use the Q over the wall to be able to escape to that red buff, but did lose some health and some time on that Raptor camp, just like you were saying, Kobe.
Yeah, it's the #1 thing whenever you're playing against Ivern, you're like, I hate this champ.
This is gonna go
so
terrible.
Annoying,
You can't pick
often. I just need
you have to
steal
match
camps
the Renekton. You have
and
to.
Now level 3 for River.
He have a barrel. He has one barrel.
Yeah, they're gonna be looking at the dive, but on the other side, they're preempting it. Impact is maybe in some trouble on top side, but Sniper likely going to get redove. He's so low now. They could just go back in for it, but Impact now on the top side. We actually lost picture on him. Is down incredibly low. They're all low as well, though.
Oh my God, he's
survive.
cooking.
Can he get the barrel chain here?
Oh my God, he missed!
He's going to get the kill on River.
Oh!
He's going to get first blood. You are kidding me. Impact with the top outplay.
This is what we're talking about. What does Impact bring to a lane swap? He has seen it all. He's able to stave off the dive, just as we were talking about how well this GPU would be able to deal with the swap. In the meantime, on the bot side of the map, Sniper was still level 1, and they actually were almost able to get a kill onto him in that 2v1 setup. A good start for TL.
Yeah, TL's bot dive was pretty interesting because they were very clearly not willing to take a lot of damage while doing it, and so they're happy just pushing Sniper away.
Yep.
We don't need to actually kill him. We want to push him away so he doesn't get experience on the wave and doesn't get minions on the wave. Instead, they don't hard commit to it.
What happens here?
Speaking of hard commit to the dive,
he didn't even have orange. Ivern didn't auto. Once. What?
Needed to stay in, man.
Yeah.
Wait, does River play Ivern?
Turret shots in that. And then the
Wait, what's River doing?
Really tough. As soon as he's gonna hit this.
And River did not hit his Q.
Wait. River,
Impact.
he had Bush evolve. He leveled a Bush. Wait, he is trolling. Does he not play Ivern ever? Put a Bush down there, you auto. Gangplank dies there, but 100% of the time.
Impact played that really well, getting the reset on his passive with the barrel.
I'm not sure he actually did play that well.
Passive burn onto River.
I don't think he played that well at all.
Really should have stayed in, and I think he could have just stayed in and finished him off, and then flashed out after. But botching that is really tough.
Yeah, and maybe if that root collar had hit from River. Meanwhile,
he cleanses out, but he gets caught by the knockdown from Core JJ, and in comes Umpty with the W flash. There's the passive, and the kill sure to follow. Ayla blocking him up, but maybe not. Q flash from Core. That gets one back.
Oh my God.
Umpty in some trouble. We'll be able to limp this one out, but they get both sums off of Yawn there. So getting one back.
Oh my God.
Honestly, not too bad of a job from the 100 Thieves bot lane.
Yeah, a little bit messier than I think TL would have wanted. The initial setup was good, right? With Umpty coming down to help out the 2v2 bot just as the swap back. And when we talk about where TL get their advantages in swaps, it is typically here when they are able to swap back.
Yeah.
Core goes in.
Love that from
is
Core.
already here.
I mean, the Q flash, even though Tomo cleanses the Q, then he gets the crash down right afterwards, and then Umpty's like, I will follow flashes to be able to the W, but he was so
Nice.
low that they then fully committed. It is still a double kill for Jan and grabbing the extra 2 there. So 100 Thieves did get one back.
That's silly.
Core gives him a freebie. So now it's even as he was caught out on the wrong side of the map. I think trying to get some vision around the grubs. Didn't expect them to be there, but Quid is able to chase him down. And now Quid is here again. And Umti maybe going to have to play this a little bit more carefully, but in comes the Zigzag from downtown as well as the GP ultimate. Umti takes aggro on the grubs though, and he falls. Quid gets 2 back-to-back kills. River survives, and Sniper's here on the other side. He doesn't have level 6, but he's trying to chase down Impact with the slice and the dice. APA though pushes out Quid, and now Sniper's the one in trouble. Doesn't have his dash, does have his flash. Nice sidestep on the barrel, but he is still stuck on the wrong side of the map. He's trying to get some XP to get to 6. He flashes out to the brush, but APA, misplaced on the satchel, allows him to escape.
That's a bit of a heist, honestly, for 100 Thieves, actually. And let me highlight where these kills are going. This could change the whole game. This is not just some fun chaos that's going on here. These are kills onto Zeri and onto Smolder. Quid was cleaning up in the little skirmish by the grubs here, getting fed early. 100 Thieves, some
No, it's
real
fine, guys.
hope
I'm fine. I just fucking, I've had a
taking
long
game
week.
in this series.
And I think it caught up to me today, last day. Like, for instance, I streamed 20 hours yesterday. I slept for 2 hours. I woke up. I filmed for 6 hours. I just streamed for 10 more hours. And I did that. And then my last sleep before the 20 hours was 4 hours. And then I streamed 21 hours. And I filmed like,
though the Renekton isn't going to be super
bro, I have like
useful,
10 total hours of
got
sleep this
Ivern
week.
for the
I
scaling
think
with
I'm
the double AD
fucking lost
carries,
it.
and you have Leona to get your engages.
Yeah, River
Did it for her?
Hovering behind Tomo, so TL unlikely
do
to
it
be able
for
to make
her.
any sort of a dive happen here. River has some time while that passive channel's over on the Krug, so can just back them up. They're worried about Umti being behind him and any sort of potential 3v2. We know,
Yeah,
of course,
all
that
while I
Umti
was
is over
sick.
clearing that Gromp, so not going to be any
I was sick the whole
here.
time, man.
Going to be a bit of an arms race too. With can River get his redemption and enough support shielding items to be able to deal with all of this long range damage that comes from the TL comp?
Oh, maybe going to be a fight here. Ayla's going in. Tomo has Mom to come over the top, hits everyone. Yan is down. Unfortunately, the shutdown went to Ayla. Can they get Core? Core getting low and has no
I think
flash.
they
Want
can.
Ayla to hold the tower aggro. Tomo actually picks it up, gets stunned in the turret range, and now the Ziggs ulti comes in. You just had to wait for your support to step in and grab aggro, and that would have been a guaranteed kill. And on the other side, the lightning crash just to run away here, but the passive stun is there.
Nice.
The bombs to follow it up, knock him up. APA and Umti get another kill back in mid lane and shut down Quid.
Yeah, and that's big for APA in this mid lane. Quid was going off, and he'll be able to get a few turret plates off of that as well.
It's
while
grubs.
Umti is already on these grubs, and
Gangplank
Impact
is already up
pushing in this
1,000
man,
gold,
let's
by
take
the
a
way.
look at this replay. So
And Sniper has
nice
to reset
movement
here.
from Team Liquid
This is
duo,
brutal
with
for
Umti just
G-Snipe.
walking through River into
Jesus.
the brush right as Quid
He's
is
about to
coming
come up, but
to
that
roam
plate's
down
gone, and
as
he's not
well.
letting him
So it's a
recall. Look
face
at him.
check. And
Impact's
Quid,
so
he knows
annoying.
it. It's just, you need to track
How
these
annoying
missing
he is for
members
Sniper
of
every
TL.
game.
We've seen it so many times, and Umti with a really good timing here towards mid, and look what that actually got them. So many neutrals here. Turret plates in mid. 2 turret plates were taken bottom in the early, startup.
And
of
that
the
terrible
game.
set
And
of
then
3 games.
all 3 grubs here finished up by Umti.
I mean, it's just
So
he's just
more
better.
turret
Impact's just
plates
better. It
are
is what it
here to
is. I
follow,
can't do anything about it,
and
bro.
this is to the team
You can learn a
that
lot
actually
from
has
this.
Ziggs who can then execute the turret itself. So very good synergy here for Team Liquid in the early game. And the early hope of the kills onto the double AD carries might not be enough, as TL now are really set up for a good mid game.
I'm just so concerned for Sniper. I mean, Sniper had no TP, but he kind of made that classic mistake where you greed and try to stay for the wave, but you're too low to farm any of it, so he just basically stayed and watched the whole wave die, and now the wave bounces off his tower. Look at the gold lead. It's 1.2k in top lane. And when GP gets ahead in these melee matchups, you just get queued on cooldown and you can't all in him, so you can't really do anything. We know that Umti is playing behind Impact here, so if Sniper tries to come up and touch this wave whatsoever, he's likely to die. Does use the slice and dice, and now in comes
doesn't have
Umti, and
flash.
Sniper has no flash and nowhere to go. Gonna pop the Dominus, but that is not gonna do anything here. Impact takes another kill.
I
It's
feel
a top
bad.
gap
This is
for
rough.
sure.
And Impact and TL are just making Sniper's life absolutely miserable across all
It's rough.
3 games, really keeping him down off of either the swaps or really clever plays against him in lane. He is not having a good time in the series.
Those pesky junglers! Those junglers always interfering with the honorable 1v1s of top lane. Umpty there even flashed the cute cat face at him as he comes out of the brush.
In a Dyer's treatment? Well, a lot of it wasn't.
Gank there and delivers him another death. A really nice lane gank from Umpty though. You saw him channeling his recall. I love those.
And that's the end of his professional career? Bro, he's young. He's playing against one of the better top laners in the world.
Cancel on the recall.
Server.
And good punish from
server.
Umpty.
And TL now have a 1.4k gold lead. Look
Just
at
impact.
how much of that is impact.
More than all of it.
He's called Bank Plank for a reason. Invest now. It is a very safe place to put your money. Impact will pay you back later.
With the Ziggs combination too, it can give them really good setups. We see Umpty's wrapping around.
Ayla gonna use Zenith Blade to try to get out to safety. We'll see if that works for him. Gonna get stunned up, and now the follow-up is there from Core. Yon not in range, so it's just a bit of chip damage. You can see, look back to mid lane. Quid is lying in that side brush, was trying to hope that APA would walk into him and face check. APA, though, playing it safe, waits till he shows on the wave. Quid trying to get a good trade here, but look at the damage back from the Ziggs. Tag on the side of that bomb, and Umpty's behind him.
Damn!
No. Just gets burst down. The redemption was coming through from River. Wasn't in time. Quid dies again, was gifted a couple kills.
Bro, I think he was dead no matter what. That was disgusting.
And we talked about how annoying Core was in game 1. Can we talk about how annoying Umpty
Wait, he hit
is in
everything
this game?
5 straight times.
Everywhere on the map, making plays on this Sejuani, and now they're going for a bot play.
They're looking for Tomo. Tomo gets comboed in. The stun is there to follow. Cleanse Flash
Well,
comes out.
so
Does
Sejuani
dodge
misses.
the Glacial Prison. Tomo will limp out of this one. Just use the ulti to clear out the wave here. So will survive for now, but the True Shot Barrage, not quite enough. Can APA hit one more bomb? No, not quite. So they do survive, but it means TL gets the chunk, gets the push, is first onto the Dragon, and Yon is going to be pushing out mid.
And can we actually pull the inventories back up? Because you
Why
see this
would
pace
River
from TL.
macro
Everybody
Daisy
here
towards
has
him?
one
Just give him
item
50
completed
gold.
for them. And so they're pushing the
River
tempo,
has no
all
idea
these
what he's doing on Ivern.
really big
How-
advantages, the pieces
What's his
that
solo
are in
queue account?
inventory. Yeah.
That feels
Just
so
give him 50
bad.
gold.
But even the other people that weren't ahead in gold, when your item's completed there, really able to feel the difference. So here's another look at the mid play.
Yeah, I thought the redemption might come through. Saw Umpty coming up. I think he would have been dead anyway.
Has one game
but
on Iron's
again-
entire career?
That should be a new emote too. The shrug. That's tough. But again, Umpty on the Sejuani has been everywhere. We finally get a smile out of spawn, a little let's go.
Oh, they're flashing. They're coming from every
so much
single
better.
side. Tomo goes to mid to try to escape the bot ganks, but the bot ganks come to you.
Core JJ and Umpty are just working overtime right now.
I mean, did they
setting up
outscale
kill
either?
after
I
kill,
don't know.
And Umpty here, even on a little invade.
Starting to get a little bit mean. They're taking his lunch money. They're putting him in the locker.
All right, let's see about...
Core's top
they gotta
side.
focus on the tower
Core
now.
wants this. He wants this. He's wrapping around top.
Uh-oh, Sniper does pop the dominance early, trying to clear out this wave as much as he can, but the tower's just dead, so now Sniper's got to run. Yon's coming up from mid lane, and does Sniper really have a way out? Ayla's going to make the run up here too, but I think Sniper is slated to die, does get stunned up. He'll try his best. There's the slice, there's the dice, does buy some time. Ayla here to block some shots. We'll see if they can get him out once again. True Shot Barrage, not quite enough. Sniper gets out, but it is at the cost of the tower, the ulti, and the flash.
And at the same time, APA got that bot side turret and thus far has been safe enough. He's going to ult the wave to clear it out, and that should stop any sort of potential collapse from River.
Team Liquid do look like the best team in the LCS. to
They
me.
do.
Yeah, they
I don't
do.
know
It's
about everybody else here,
after watching everybody
but
play,
they
they're so much
are-
better than everybody else.
they
It's
got us set up
crazy.
for a pretty quick day as far as this series. 4.6K the gold lead, and Core JJ's back.
Core's rapping again, man. Everywhere he goes, he's finding these plays. Is just going to jump back towards safety. Umpty, though,
They're
now
just
hunting
scrapping
for more.
perma.
As the Glacial Prison connects, will the redemption be enough? Yes. They're just going to disengage off it. They know they can't burst Ayla down.
Did
still in
either of
Ivern,
you
1-2
see
lost one
if
bit.
objective bounties turned on right at 14 minutes? Because to me, whenever I'm playing, that's really depressing. You know you're so far behind.
You already knew you're losing, but we're losing that bad.
And
You had
then
to tell
the game
everyone?
tells you, yeah.
But
those are the worst.
They're certainly on now at the 15-minute mark, and TL want to keep them that way as they constantly take away more and more resources for 100 Thieves. And when 100 Thieves are running the comp that has double AD carry with Ivern, you know, they want to have multiple items later on to be able to fight. TL aren't even going to let them get to that stage of the game because they have such good turret destroying power.
Yep, as you see, Ziggs is already pushing up against that bot tier 2 as they're setting up for this potential Herald take.
X-Flash getting channeled. They're going to look for Ayla. Can they stop the Blast Cone?
Just Flash,
the Blast
there's
Cone
no way.
just themselves. They thought Ayla was in range. He was just on the precipice of stepping in. So unfortunately, TL blasts themselves and Ayla to safety.
Team Rocket!
Unlucky.
Team Rocket's
blasting off again.
I mean, honestly, too, sometimes you're like, oh, I gotta pop it, you know, so he's not gonna be able to use it when he gets back out.
So close.
But since they're both on it too,
Yeah.
definitely a funny one. Honestly, not gonna cost them.
Oh,
at
true.
all here,
I
as
told
they
you guys
still
I would
get
go
that Rift
bald
Herald, and the
bald
Rift
if
Herald does
100
that
Thieves
job
made
of
to the
continuing
finals.
To push this timer, that's gonna be another like 70%
Not
of a
buzz
turret's
cut,
HP.
but bald.
And
Not
then guess
happen.
what? APA will be able to execute it very shortly after that. The Ziggs Demolitionist is one of his favorite parts of the champion. The other favorite part, we're going to see, you know, Rel engages with Rel Ultimate, trying to soak people up and see some of these big Ziggs bombs, ultis coming through for maximum area of effect damage.
And they have the follow-up from the GP ult as well, right? Like GP and Ziggs in a lot of these team fights. Impact is now 2.6k ahead of Sniper. Just a really, really tough position. And
oh, there it is.
Tough position for River as he gets absolutely obliterated by Core and the Ziggs bombs over the wall.
I mean, it was Corky. Dude, I feel like AP Corky is so useless.
That's plenty of time.
I honestly think
They're
Corky
pretty
is
good. They haven't
AP's
lost in a
worst
while, and
champion.
It's looking like they're not going to be losing this series today.
You don't want him on Ziggs. You don't want him on Slia. Just have him play Corky. Don't
yeah, they
ban it.
really, really need to find
Yes,
a
it's
way
the
to
most.
get their carries online.
It's the most boring champ in the world, but bro, he's not that good.
And pick potential that TL have.
And you've just lost your jungle, right? Like,
Yep.
this is what TL does better than any team in the league, is they take it over, and Impact looking for a potential solo kill here. Will he push forward? He doesn't want to risk it, so he's just going to take that damage on the tower.
Well, and look at this, right? Pushing in, they're pushing in mid. Like, this entire map is within TL's control already. And then they have the Ziggs and the GP to just mow down turrets.
And the cool thing to look at is how early in the game they're doing this. So really good job keeping up the pace. Now you look at how efficiently Team Liquid actually finish these sorts of games
Yes.
out.
That's what I said in game one.
Nice when you have these extra globals that we keep on harping on, because those globals can also be used on minion waves here to kind of cheat the map a little bit for Team Liquid and allow them to continue to keep up this pace.
Exactly.
Dragon is up, so they can easily go collect this. It looks like 100 Thieves might make their stand here. They're bringing everybody around.
Liquid's here already, though, and again, Ayla maybe
All right,
caught out
let's
trying to
TP
use the
in.
Sense play to
Dragon's
escape.
here
Cypher's here,
first.
pops the
He
dominance,
clicks TP,
and
but he
Mom is
did
going
it
to come
ult.
over top. Nice multi-man stun, but it mostly, the damage just lands on
That was
Umpty, and he
Ziggs
is
TP. We're not
so
ulting.
damn tanky. TL stands strong, push out Sniper, who is looking like a wet piece of paper right now. Can't really get anything done, and one hit pushes him back base.
Yeah, and this is so suffocating. They're going to delay his back.
Yep.
They're going to come take all these jungle camps, potentially push in onto this bot side turret. They can always go back for Drake if they want to. Impact is working on pushing out top side.
Yeah.
It's just so suffocating.
How do you play in your own jungle? You just can't. They're going to
Nice.
drop this. I don't even know if the Herald's going to charge. They might just save it for the tier 3.
Is Ziggs bot?
Does that still count as a charge?
They can
play for
reuse
Ziggs
it
Satchel.
because it
Yeah, that's
goes
what I
on the
thought, yeah.
rubble here, so I'm just going to use it to escape,
Drive it.
maybe?
Oh, wait,
What
he's
a
driving
jab.
in?
Oh, he's going in.
Oh, he's going
You
to mid.
pussy.
He's going to mid. He's just going to drive right past them over to mid tier 2.
Oh my God, the macro.
Tokyo drift, but Umpty gets knocked out on the wrong side. And Core
Oh
maybe
my God,
caught
the
out.
macro, nice.
Yon trying to fire to keep him safe on the side, though.
Take it up to the Ziggs, and then the execute on the tower from APA.
The turret just disappeared.
Beautiful driving there from Umpty. Uses it to escape and kill an objective.
Would you trust Umpty to drive your getaway car?
100%.
Fuck no.
It's Vin Diesel right there. He hit the NOS and just drifted over to
It
mid
was
lane.
clean. He did hit 2 pedestrians on the way there.
Bro,
It's fine.
all that
Those
reminds me
Details, Kobe.
is of
I did-
people
it's
calling
fine.
Vin Diesel. of the
As
meme
we
where it's
see
like
the
Vin
replay
Diesel.
of
And it's
this
a picture
Herald.
of
Just watch how
Vin Diesel.
quickly
And then it's like
this turret
Vin
goes
gasoline.
down with
And it's like
the
a picture
zing.
of me.
Passive auto W.
And my head
that thing
picture.
just gets absolutely
The like
destroyed.
Big Brother one.
Now
Like,
they're
fuck
having
off.
fun. Now they're having fun. Okay. TL coaching staff starting to get to relax a little bit here.
I actually don't believe it. I think he's doing this kind of fake. You know, Spawn was
explaining the
very
meme,
self-conscious
yes.
about everyone making fun of how angry he was. So this is like a PR coach cam.
Yeah.
I think we've got a PR coach cam. Now he's like, oh, look at
Are
this.
you calling him out? Are you calling him Smiles fake?
I've known Spawn for like 12 years. I know his tricks.
Yep. Serpent's Fang completed now from Impact. Lots of shielding obviously provided there by the Ivern, so pretty nice answer to that. As they're just going to keep up the push, and oh my god, True Shot Barrage, about 40% of the HP there from Jan onto Tomo. Sniper trying to see if he can find an angle, but Impact's on the side as well, and one barrel chain could
Let's go, boys.
spell the end for 100 Thieves. We'll see if they walk a little bit closer. Impact almost in range here. Doesn't go for the triple barrel. The double barrel doesn't have the range to get the job done. Core again.
Your head look like Dex. I have so much muscle and brain power. My brain's so big it's even into my skull.
To try to check as much as they can. Nice shift forward from Jan. Gets a big bunch of poke, and now the Glacial Prison.
Ivern saves here. That's a good engagement, Leon, actually. It's a hope. Okay, got APA flash. He backs out.
On the other side, Sniper is dueling, gets Umpty and Core. He's losing that. Quid's trying to get it done against Impact and Jan, but he can't. As in comes Umpty.
Okay, so this is what I want to see TL do more. You're so much better. Don't have to just crush these shitters like this. Like, Impact can pick Gangplank every game and win, by the way.
Trying to siege the tower, are going to be able to knock it down, are going to be able to take the inhibitor and take an absolute stranglehold on this game.
APA's got bombs for everybody. That was funny. He threw a Q at Sniper in the jungle and immediately threw his ult at the other three that were mid lane to allow Impact to chase. Look at this.
Yeah, as we see them kind of setting up this trap, the GP ult goes down, does
they're all zoned by
damage.
Gangplank.
APA layering it on top of that, and even when they're able to do it, Sniper cannot get into this fight to protect the 100 Thieves carries. They end up getting absolutely massacred on the back line there.
Oh, back to live, back to a scrap. I gotta say, Quid was pretty close to actually knocking down both Impact and Jan, but didn't quite have the damage to get it done. Umpty very intelligently peeled away from that fight against
Worlds
Sniper.
in mind at the
That
stop in
doesn't
18.
matter.
Doesn't the meta change before
Also,
Worlds
wanna
anyway?
Some of the things that TL do when they get leads, they use
Isn't that like
their
what
money to
Riot
counter what you
notoriously
are
does?
strong at. So he's countering the Ivern with a lot of the shields that come from him. Impact investing his money wisely.
Look at Corey's behind him. He always seems to find these spots, and Sniper gets the bad news. He flashes out on the other side. Umpty has been caught, but he is so damn tanky. In comes the ultis from downtown. TL raining hell down on him. Quid, though, trying to get something done. Can't quite do it. Gets burst out by Core and APA. The double TP to mid. It's just Tomo alive. He's got no health and no prayer of making this happen. Nice flash out to dodge, but the ulti comes through. Another sidestep, but it just doesn't matter. TL were undefeated in the regular season, and they will not be beaten today. They're going to be the first
TL
team
actually,
to claim a
after
spot
watching
at
everybody else,
Worlds,
TL
the
actually
first
looks
team to guarantee a spot
10 times better than
finals,
second
and
place.
the first team to lock a spot for the
That
LCS
is
finals
crazy.
weekend.
And what a performance from Team Liquid. Our first team to qualify for Worlds. People were already talking about what it was going to be like to see TL in the finals, to see them at the World Championship. It's not a surprise that they've done it, but the way that they did it with such a resounding 3-0 victory over 100 Thieves, never missing a beat, looking absolutely phenomenal.
Really impressive stuff there from the LCS #1.
That was a fast
seed.
series.
Take a bow, well deserved.
How fast was that? Like an hour
Looking
and a half?
unstoppable, and they're going to be awaiting the winner of C9 or FlyQuest. But we got Raz on stage for an interview. Take it away, bud.
Impact, yeah, it has to be Impact. He's tying his shoes on this one, but honestly, it's been an incredible performance on your guys as a whole. First thing I want to get your immediate reaction being told you guys have qualified for Worlds. You guys are in finals weekend. How does that feel knowing the trek that you guys have been on?
I mean, after game is gone, we are talking about, wait, actually we are going to World? And like, oh, we didn't know that, like, because the game wise is too easy for us.
Yeah.
So I'm not feel like it's for world championship ticket, you know. So, I mean that's it.
Also, yes, you guys have just been in top form. This has been an incredibly quick series. Have you guys been happy with the level you guys have been putting out? Because anytime we hear content from you guys or Spawn, yourself, you're always really self-critical. How do you feel about your guys' current performances?
I mean, to me, we played it better than Scream. That's why I like it. But I think we couple make that big mistake that game too. I remember the first game and second game. I mean, third game, their lanes have been, some of them die in the top side, so I'm not counting. But first game, second game, we make the big mistake, I think. So we are not a perfect team. So we still have to improve. That's it.
That being said, you guys have
True.
hit.
You gotta improve.
Awards have been coming out. First team All-Pro for yourself and a lot of your teammates. Coaching split, of course, for the team as a whole. And there's been a lot of noise about you being the front runner for final, like for MVP as a whole. How has the journey been for you and your team? Because have you been able to take a step back and kind of think about the strong performances you guys had to get these awards?
I mean, that's our goal. We should hold our strongness, but we have to fix our weakness too, sir. But I mean, we definitely show that we are good performance too in stage 2. Also, honestly, I mean, kind of weird to say, no one can get MVP without me that season, I think. You know?
Yeah.
Nobody can get MVP but me this season, I think.
I feel confident about it.
Yeah, so it's not like happy, you know? Because if you're like 50-50 who getting that, are we exciting? More dopamine, you know, like, oh, maybe I get it.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm getting, you know.
I love that confidence. Maybe we could take that confidence a little bit further because you guys are going to be facing the winner of FlyQuest NC9. You guys have been the top 3 teams throughout this entire split. First of all, who do you think is going to take that series, and what are you excited about going up against?
Is anybody going to say like, oh, they're going to beat our ass?
To me, both teams to be top matchup, but should be C9, I guess C9 3-1.
Yeah.
My opinion, should be they win because in Scream, when we play the Scream, I can build a like team vibe going C9 going to where that team vibe.
Yeah.
But when I play against FlyQuest, what are they doing? It's like they're actually completely touring this Scream. My opinion. So, pretty C9 win.
Have you seen that level? Because you guys faced them pretty recently. Have you
Raz,
seen
wrap
the
it up.
improvements from C9 since the last time?
Raz, wrap it up. I'm in his ear.
Jojo is same.
Send it to commercial. Send it to commercial.
I think a little bit better than before. I mean, that should be better, you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't care that much. Like even they improve like more, like who care, you know? Like if we play better, they're gonna get shit onto us.
Yeah.
So just focus our thing.
Okay. I want a final message from you because we've added Twitch subs.
Oh my God, wrap it the fuck up, Raz. We're in your ear for a reason. They're probably saying this, but like, wrap it up.
What's your message for the people
Stop with the screen time. Your outfit is not that good. Wrap it up, man. This is your last interview.
You didn't know? Well, now you know. What's the message?
Okay, I will solve to SGS too.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that Lacton, the emoticon, right? That Lacton, that pace.
Oh yes, the Renekton one, in-game emo. If they end up getting that one.
I mean, that looks cool and looks cute. I will get too, but I didn't know that. Sorry, guys. But thanks to guys to buy.
Honestly, yeah. And a message for the fans out there. I've been hearing the Team Liquid chants from the crowd out there. What's a message for them?
You said that was your last question.
I mean, cheer for us. You know, like we're gonna play well in the Invitational too. I think I will make that proud of you.
You some kind of dumbass, Raz.
I think we will.
Wrap it the f up.
And cheer for us.
There it is. Congratulations again on the series. Congratulations on being able to lock in a spot in Finals Weekend and Worlds. We're going to be sending one straight to the lounge.
Congrats, dipshit. That was 30 minutes longer than it was too. Don't bother grabbing the mic again. You're never going to interview anybody else. Get the f out of here.
Just everything is spamming. The series felt very one-sided.
Yeah, very fast. I was thinking it was going to be one-sided.
I'm impersonating the guy in his
earpiece. It would be
earpiece.
more scrappy and fighty, but it felt like every fight TL took,
It's a
they
joke.
won.
I'm impersonating
So,
the guy in his earpiece. All right. That was cool, though. So, from watching that, that definitely means that TL is so much better than everybody else, and it's wild.